century? Are we not still talking about nepotism in the 21st century? Are we not still discussing divide and rule? Regional politics where we think the president is accusing. I'm saying Liberian president. I'm talking about a particular president where we think a president is appointing people only from a region of the country. All these things we're still discussing. 42, 43, 44, 45 years later. Why did we go to war senselessly? When we did not have remedy to anything. And if you ask Liberians, at some point in time, people would think these things have even tripled. Oh my God. That clip is emotional. Today is April 12th, and of course it's on a Tuesday. Welcome to the OK Morning Rush. We heard a lot of terrible stories, man. Many of these things that are happening happened before. I mean, just think about the wave of killing in the country right now. Every day you wake up, I was just listening to the news this morning about a Sierra Leone national, who was allegedly strangulated by another person. And I heard one of the protesters saying, they say he died on TV, but he wasn't sick. Anyway, sometimes you're not in people's body to determine whether they're sick or they're not sick. But the wave of killing, people just brave, Somebody just kills somebody like they're joking. The other man gets up in Ganta, he goes, jump into the ceiling, get into the room, beat his girlfriend, strangulate, kill her, and then he took a scissor and took his own life away. Oh my God. What's happening? What's happening? Well, my name is Clarence Jackson. Just call me Piso. I'm here till 10 o'clock this morning. Today, 42 years later, we're still talking corruption. Today, we are talking about massive corruption that is being reported at the Liberia Institute of Statistics and Geoinformation Services, LISGIS. I will talk to Ellis Williams. I don't know where he is, but I know he's outside of the country. He used to be one of the director generals there, I think, for statistics or something. He's been making some very wild allegations about LISGIS. This guy sent me barrage of documents, almost 34, 35 pieces of different documents about different issues. And he said to me, Clarence, while we are having a conversation, I don't want to be talking off my head. So those documents are documents that you can go anywhere to substantiate. Where he used to be Deputy Director General for Statistics and Data Processing, I'm told he was dismissed, but he insists that he is still in that capacity. But I'll be talking to him 8 o'clock this morning via WhatsApp. And he's going to talk about some of the issue. I also extended invitation to Wilmon Smith because Wilmon is at the center of this controversy and allegation. I sent him 2 text messages informing him that I'll be talking to Williams today. And I wanted him, if possible, he should come to studio so that he will listen to William and be able to defend himself. But he did not respond to my messages. However, this is not going to stop us from doing the interview with Alex Williams. Just put your phone on charge and just buy battery for your radio because we're talking to him for 1 whole hour. And then it will take us up to 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock this morning, for the first time in his capacity, Deputy Commerce Minister Wilfred Newon Bangura is coming on the show as the national chairperson of Senator Prince Johnson Movement for Democracy and Reconstruction. Dude, I can't stop bringing in the dictionaries here this morning. Why are you bringing all these dictionaries? Wilfred ain't coming to can't do that here. No more thing every morning. We'll come in to read.
Latest news. Sika Motors have added a new brand of vehicle to their vehicle lines, and it is called Mitsubishi. It comes in pickups, SUV, and trucks. But what's coming from Sika Motors? And we all running all the time, carrying heavy loads, and most times we spend money on our carriers, right? Yes, man. Then listen carefully. I heard Sika Motor Mitsubishi vehicles are very strong, sophisticated, pleasing designs, durable, extremely comfortable, and most importantly, they come with upgraded features which allows you to drive smoothly on damaged roads in both rural and urban areas. And this could lessen your expenses on spare parts. Oh yeah, that's true. But that's not all. Yeah, you're listening. Sika Motor also have spare parts for all their vehicles they are selling. So it will give you hard time to go look from garage to garage, from spare parts store to spare parts store. Yes, so you have heard all. You can now get stronger and comfortable Mitsubishi pickups, SUV, and trucks from Sika Motors. They are located on UN Drive and Seontown, Bourgeois Island. Their email is sikamarketing@cfao.com.
For more information, you can contact Sika Motors on 0775 987758 or 0881 937000.
Sika Motors.
Hey, LTC Mobile is now rolling out 4G network to homes and businesses. Pay for your device and get 1 free month unlimited data. No more interrupted internet and calls. Get a SIM card from any one of our offices on Broad Street, Cinco, or in Peaceville City. It's time. Switch to the real 4G. Capture the fun. Capture the moment.
It's yours 0220.
No more delays.
It's mine 0220.
No more interception.
It's ours 0220.
No more interrupted calls. We move. LTC Mobile. Making tomorrow's connections today.
Buy your banana, yeah. Buy your sweet, sweet banana, yeah.
This parade to cross the road now is a
Hey, uncle, you see, you know, where's my banana now? My uncle will beat me to death.
Massa, are you just selling banana in the street?
Yeah, Papa. See, my uncle brought me here. I just sell the banana every day. I'm not even going to school. All the children in school. When I tell him about school, he will tell me, say, my banana save money for school fee.
See how you looking?
I can't even eat, sir. If I take money from the market, money to buy something to eat, my uncle will monkey be me. And I'm gonna make sure the market finish before I go home.
Let's go to the house. Moses, what a Moses man here? Who's there yelling my name like that? You promised to give this girl a better life and put her in good school. You said the school she was attending in the village was not good. Only to come see my daughter selling in the street while your children are in school. Moses, why? But you gave me money to send your daughter to school. Leave me here, man. Oh, you slap me? And I will slap you. You slap me, oh? Hey, just stop. What happened here, Moses? My brother, you see the man here? That's my own blood brother. He went to the village, took my daughter, and said he was bringing her to send her to school. 1 year now, I can't hear for him. So I came to check on her. While crossing the road, I get my own daughter sitting in the street while his children are in school.
My brother, calm down. I understand your anger. Myself was concerned about this girl selling in the street every day. I tried talking to my friend, but he didn't listen to me. Moses, what you are doing to this little girl is called child trafficking. And it is a crime under Liberian labor law. The 2 common types of human trafficking are 1. Sex trafficking, using someone against his or her own will for your gain, and it is the most common form of human trafficking. 2. Forced labor, like exactly what you are doing to your niece. The government of Liberia just passed a new human trafficking law, and the law is very strong. According to Section 5 of the revised trafficking law of Liberia, anyone found in human trafficking will be sentenced not less than 20 years in prison and a fine of not more than $100,000 United States dollars, or the equivalent in Liberian dollars.
My people, I am very sorry. Our old people say anything you don't know is older than you, yeah? Forgive me for using my own daughter. In the street while our sisters and brothers are in school. Don't carry me to the law. I will definitely put her in school. Everything I promised in the village, I will do it. My daughter, please forgive me. Call it thank you for this little education.
My people, let's stay against child trafficking. Our children are our future. Don't use them as breadwinners.
This message is brought to you by YMCA Liberia with support from USAID and produced by Flomo Theatre Incorporated.
Would you like to learn how to type, how to print, how to create a email address, how to use the internet, how to repair your own computer, how to use your computer to your benefit? Then register now at Smart City Liberia, located at the intersection of Newport Street and UN Drive. Pick your own schedule, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays for 2 months at the cost of $100 USD. Don't study hard, study smart. Smart City Liberia. Our contact numbers are 0880 775927 0778 021765. Smart City Liberia. Unlimited IT solutions.
DSTV says entertainment is everybody's business. Oh yes, get the children out of your neighbor's room. Stop piling up this. Get a complete DSTV set today for just $15 and you can have over 66 channels or options right in your hand. And that's not all. You can also have free installation in and around Monrovia, plus 1 month free access subscription to watch the best of season movies, African movies, cartoons, American movies, music. You can also catch your news and even the Big Brother Naja show and etc. And you're just gonna pay $14 monthly. Now here comes the big one. Whether your current is stable or not, DSTV says no more worry. You can download the DSTV Now app on your phone, your tablet, and laptop. And you can continue to watch all your play DSTV channels without paying additional subscription. Isn't it a good news? I think it is. Now for more information, come and call our DSTV customer service number 0777-510-753 or 0886-510-753. DSTV, it's your moment.
So, it's New Year. New goals and a bucket list. What's in your bucket list? May I suggest the Insurance Company of Africa? You see, ICA has got some fantastic giveaways just for you. I mean, cell phones, recharge cards, and a whole lot more. All you have to do is purchase any of our auto insurance products for either 6 months or 1 year. Easy, right? Yes! So hurry! Sign up, get assured, and walk away with something. And remember, tell somebody that ICA have started this year with sharing. ICA, your preferred insurer. Offer lasts from now to May 31. Terms and conditions apply.
Echo Beverly bring new system, that new thing, they call them over app, yo.
Pay school fees now the easy way. No more standing in line for hours.
No more standing in line for hours? What do you mean? How does it work?
Simple. All you need is the EcoBank mobile app or you visit any EcoBank Express point. Just log on the app and select pay bill. You can click on education and find your school.
Your school?
Yes, your school. The schools are many. You will find Stella Marie's, Race Institute, J.J. Roberts, and many, many more. I just can't name them all. Follow all the instructions in a minute or two, you are done. But the interesting part now is, for every time you pay using the mobile app or at an express point, you will receive a book bag, copybooks, and pens.
I'm paying my daughter's school fees right now.
Rush now and pay school fees from just anywhere using EcoBank mobile app or at an express point and avoid the stress of standing in line. That is the EcoBank way of saying, welcome back to school.
EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
Another new thing I got again. Echo been a minute bringing you enjoyment ever again. This is a mission that we already accomplished.
Oh yes, those of you in search of very good vehicles, go up to Sika Motor there, stay on time. Across, they've got some really good vehicles in stock, and I'm told by Arona that there are payment plans also. Sometimes you don't have to pay cash. So go to Sika Motor there, and you can begin discussions with the folks there and own yourself a brand new vehicle. Welcome to the OK Morning Rush. That's Pelican Governor Jerry Nyimpan is watching from South Korea this morning. Stephen Fowler says, good morning, CJ. I'm joining you from Ministerial Complex in Congo Town. Tommy Nimland greet us and says, I'm following live from St. Paul Bridge this morning. Sule Zebedee says, good morning, big brother Clarence. I'm following this morning from my EOW residence. Have a good working day, Piso. Flex, that's Felix Jackson. Good morning, okay. I'm watching from Monrovia. Hayton Glad says, good morning, Piso. I'm following you from the Queer Street Intellectual Center for Development in Loking Town. Hassan Tuawale says, good morning, country boy Clarence Piso Jackson. I like the way you pull it. Watching you live from Central Ducor. That's how he says there. Adame Taylor, good morning. I'm following from Batnosville Estate. Ambassador Galai Gordon Gray, good morning. I'm watching from Grand Bassa County, the county of hospitality. Stephen Fowler, Jerry L.K. Dolo, good morning. I am watching you from Bellemont Panta District in Bond County. It says what? District number 4 on the free, brother. Okay, there from you watching me from Bellemont. Say good morning to all of the nurses at the Bellemont Clinic. If my friend John Wowa is around, or say good morning to the Wowa family there in Bellemont. Joseph Sakor, good morning. Watching from somewhere, he said some part of North Africa. James Bloje Uj Gamoyu is watching us from Chicken Soup Factory. Jeremiah Kule watching live from 5050 Mississippi Street, Greenville, Sano County. I heard a lot about that place. David Kuye Nangbe is following this morning. Zico Ray is also following from Batnosville Estate. Senior brother Wanpe Do is joining us. James Naplak Bozofala is joining us from whom he says that. Lorenzo D. Gator is joining me from Texas, the United States of America, the father of plenty girls. That's how I call him. Lorenzo Gator, the father of plenty girls. Boy, enjoy Texas, man. Gamone Borges Zakir is joining from Benson Street. S. Ali Aiba Keita. All of you, Lawrence Butler, Boakai Dukle Amara Sanor, Philippi Bade, Justin Kassoe, and all of you who've joined us here this morning. Thanks to all of you for joining us and welcome to the OK Morning Rush. Let's acquaint you with some of the things that are happening in some places around the continent right here. And of course, Emmanuel Rukanga is reporting that Ukrainian President Zelensky has reached out to the African Union for support against Russia's aggression and requested to address the Continental Organization. Mr. Zelensky called Senegalese President Macky Sall on Monday, and their conversation touched on an AU statement in February that called for an immediate ceasefire and a return to negotiation. African nations have showed disunity in response to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Senegal was among 17 African countries that abstained from a vote at the United Nations on a resolution demanding that Russia end its military operations in Ukraine. And I see President Macky Sall, and of course, the BBC is reporting that a Colombian researcher has died after being trampled on by an elephant in Uganda's Kabi National Park. Oh, wow. Chris Ikako, that's Chris Iwoko. Chris Iwoko is reporting from that the European Union is strengthening relations with Nigeria as it seeks to diversify sources of its natural gas inputs in an attempt to reduce reliance on Russian energy. Nigeria is the 4th biggest liquefied natural gas supplier to Europe. At least 40% of Nigeria's gas is currently exported to Europe. And the BBC newsroom is reporting that Italy's Prime Minister Mario Draghi has announced a major gas deal with Algeria, which promises to reduce, most of the countries are now focusing on gas. Whereas is reporting that at least 30 people have been killed during 2 days of attacks by gunmen in the east of the Democratic Republic of Congo. The Red Cross has said it happened in Aturi province, which along with neighboring North Kivu are under an official state of siege in effort by the government to stop the attack by dozens of armed groups. Those of you celebrating your birthdays today, happy birthday to all of you. Happy birthday to all of you. And of course, if today is your wedding anniversary, we wish you well. Whatever the occasion is, we like to say, we wish you well, man. This morning, I'll reach out to our reporter, Franklin Dolokwi. I know Franklin spoke to the news team. I want to get some specifics about what happened in Ghana. The young man, 29 years old, taking away his own life after starving his girlfriend to death. Patricia Logan, the head of the Liberia Albinism Society, wants me to do a birthday greetings to Patrick Coleman Jr. So Patrick Coleman Jr. and Patricia Logan wants me to say happy birthday to you. The Ministry of Education, I think something good is happening there for the CEO. The last time I went Bon County, I was joking the CEO that it would have been a good thing, you know, for at least for the government to give them a car, man. The CEO, these people are the ministers of education in the different counties, and see them walk around was not a good thing. I think the ministry through its partners have done something last month. And I'm reading from Latin Deton. Is that his correct name? The Deputy Minister of Education. He posted this. He said, last month, the Ministry of Education distributed motorcycles to district education officers to help improve the monitoring of schools. We are proud to announce that the government of Liberia, through the Ministry of Education, has now purchased rough terrain SUVs for county education officers as part of her way of providing an enabling environment for improved service delivery. The goal is to ensure teachers are in class and administrators are supervising our schools properly. Is slowly but timely coming to reality. Education will never remain the same. Minister Sonin Senior had given me, administration, the mandate to deliver. Indeed, my team got the job done. We understand some vehicles have been bought. I will reach out to Maxim Blayton. From the writing here, it seems as though these vehicles were bought exclusively by the monies from the government of Liberia. The Liberia Football Association owner Mustafa Raji seemed not to be leaving any stone untouched. Any act, any action, any attitude that is counterproductive to the LFA is being resisted. Last week, you heard about the suspension of Benedict Antonia Law Yasia for acts incompatible with global football. And I'm hearing again that the Liberia Football Association suspended 3 employees for administrative reasons. The Liberia Football Association has suspended 3 employees for administrative reasons in relation to the 2022 FIFA Women's Honor 17 World Cup qualifier between Liberia and Guinea in Monrovia on 6th of March. They include Technical Director Henry Brown, Women's Football Manager Francis Tamba, and Transfer Margin System Manager Sebastian Collins. It followed the recommendations of a committee chaired by Vice President Sekou Konen, set up during an executive committee meeting on the 7th of March. The committee established that there were missteps in the planning and engagement of players for the competition. Brown was suspended for a month, while Tamba and Collins were suspended for 2 weeks without pay, respectively. Wow. You see, yes, that's administration. When the people do something that they're not supposed to do, you do something to serve as a deterrent so that other people will not do sin. The other time, the information we got was that Yasia stopped the Guinean International from flying the Guinean flag while she was trying to join her Liberian colleagues, you know, to celebrate or to receive a trophy. And football have got serious issue with those kinds of things, and so he was suspended for time definite. Raji and the LFA didn't waste any time. Now these people are also being suspended just for missteps. Missteps. They did things that they're not supposed to do. They did not follow procedure. And they have been suspended because in the wisdom of the LFA, they should know the procedure. And so there is no excuse. Since the goof, they must be suspended. Because the LFA is inclined to think that the 3 officials must know the procedures. Because to get to that stage, you must have understood football to that level. And so they could not spare them. Now, yesterday, we heard from Massa Cannon. I heard her on the conversation talking about the invitation extended to Police Inspector General Patrick Suru and Minister of Transport Samuel Wulu. We heard that Transport Ministry did not turn out. The other time I talked about this thing a few weeks ago, one of my friends had the experience where he parked his car somewhere and they came and put a heavy iron on it. They told they carry somewhere, you know, somewhere around the Barrow practice ground area around there, park the man car. And they say, you know, they're giving him tickets, you go pay money. He said, fair enough. So I'm going to pay the money to the IRA. They say, no, get the money to the individual. They constrain him there until they get the money to them. They give him some kind of nyama ticket. It's all over the place. Just yesterday, a friend of mine was even telling me his story. There are places you go, by the time you park your car, the man can just be saying, as soon as you park your car, pull, they jump there, they pull out heavy iron. So we must clearly be able to understand which institutions the people are working. I mean, you can't have people all over the place just putting PB iron on people's cars. Then they say you violate, you must pay. Then you can't pay the money to government revenue, but a man just standing all over when you pay, they give you some kind of receipt. Who told you say they can pay government violation for violation to individual? They just pay to you. Then all kind of ticket they just surfacing different ticket. You go low, they give you the other ticket. They say that violation. Then so how much ticket the police get now? So all these things we need to look in the midst of all the things that go in the country. People already complaining. But anyway, again, you know, sometimes I blame the president. Because most of these things, people saying it, people not hiding it, people calling people names, these things are going on over and again. But like I said, I'm not close to the president, but I think the president really got some issues with taking steps, taking real tough decisions in the context of punishing public officials for wrongdoing. I think so. Because if that were not, all kinds of things going on. Until the traffic judge had to call, and now he's authorizing them to immediately release all illegally impounded vehicles with immediate effect, and he's calling on them to cooperate. Before a judge takes that kind of decision, it means that the judge must have investigated. And the Castle Zuba that I know will not want to take those kinds of decisions, you know, if he did not do any investigation. You just get people all over the place. Please answer this call. I'm on TV. I can't talk now. You know, and you have people all over the place. Just putting iron on people's car. Oh, you're not violate. Okay, I'm not violate. Give me the ticket now. Let me go pay the ticket. Let me go pay. Then they can be hesitant. Oh, your friend can, when you get your friend a ticket, they can talk all your own part. No, the man won't talk you. Then when they go print the ticket again, the ticket get nyama color, different tickets. All these things can undermine and expose the weaknesses in our systems. Who's doing what? This company operating with whom? Which institutions? Who gave them the right to do what they're doing? How do we pay violation to people's pocket? And not in government's cover. The government is supposed to be benefiting from all these things. The government should be benefiting from all these things. But when you look, somebody you gotta be paying to people. All those things. It's not supposed to be so. We went to war in this country. Is it the war because of several things? Nepotism, corruption, marginalization. Let's ask ourselves, are these things not still happening? It depends on who you talk to. Some people think it's even beyond what it used to be, or even beyond some of the reasons why we went to war. People die in the country. Oh, people die. People die. Public execution. And I saw the video. I saw young Liberians at that time jubilating. And I saw the soldiers, the way they were so eager to shoot. 43 years later, are we not still hearing about corruption, nepotism, favoritism? Oh, I invited men to come to show that release the men can send me to read newspaper story that I want to come read. Somebody can talk serious thing about the institution and put your name inside and say that then you can send me that really I'll read. Messiah. Okay, no problem. You know, all these things. All these things. Yeah, listen to the president. Mr. President, I think you're trying. I think your government is trying, you know, doing some rules. You're trying. Doing some things. Yes, you're trying. But the energy issue, the light, the electricity issue, no. No. That one there, Mr. President, that one got look at again. Yeah. That one, we shouldn't be talking too plenty about it because we ain't doing good inside here. Mr. President, and yeah, I'm being honest with you this morning. Yeah, you're trying. The government trying. The last time I went all the way to my father's village. All the way there in Nimba. You know, I took the route from Sanikole. I went to Sekepa Junction, venture into Zotapa, used the road, and I got to my village. Yes, I saw that the government is the road process has started from Sekimpa Junction onward to Campley, that stretch of road, yeah. And I think that's a very serious company on our road because the equipment that I saw, the machines, the trucks, oh man, I said to myself, yeah, this is a serious company. Yeah, roads, yeah, they're doing some good work. In fact, I drove from Ganto all the way to Sanikole. From Ganto, it's a long stretch of road on Kota. And then when you get in somewhere around it's a Kitoma or somewhere there, then you get back on the Dusty Road. In terms of roads, yeah. You know, a lot of people think, you know, the argument could come, but I think you're trying to do some good things in the context of trying to venture on some of the roads. I haven't gone to the southeast, so I don't know what you're doing there. But electricity, Mr. President, the government needs to improve on that one there. The road situation is, I mean, the electricity situation, you know, is terrible. It's really terrible. And then the Princess Copper autopsy report. Somebody was telling me it's supposed to take 2 weeks. Let's continue to follow the process so that it will not be another process where all of us just remain quiet. You know, let it wait. Those 3 boys just vanish. Up till now, people protested. People did this, they did that. Nothing absolutely we're hearing about them anymore. I think the prince, because the fact that an autopsy was conducted, the reports will come. The reports will come. Normally, the report comes in, goes straight to the Ministry of Justice. Probably the Ministry of Justice will report it. And one friend was telling me another terrible story. Look, the security situation in the town, I know what's going on. Somebody was telling me a story about how a sister of his came from church. And she boarded a taxi. Somebody was in a taxi in police uniform. So she was brave. The person sat in the front and she got in a taxi. By the time they drove a few steps around, it's around the YMCA area, the guy was telling me, the people to the back took knife and they said she must give her bag. Oh, so she said, she told the policeman, she said, oh, officer, you in a car, report taking knife for me. The officer said, you better comply. But in real life, that was not a police officer. I think so. Apparently people, but you know, the last time they arrested people wearing AFL uniform and all the kind of thing. The people controlling security, Patrick Suru, the security people, You gotta go back on the drawing board and really strategize about what needs to be done. People are vulnerable. Look, sometimes when we say these things, you will not believe it until it happened to you or somebody close to you. Sometimes you take it to be joke, but it's serious. The security situation in the country is very serious. So sometimes people can't believe it when we're saying it. You can't believe it when we're saying it. We need to help ourselves too. Community people, we too have got some roles to play. I say this in town without number that all the criminals in the different communities here, we know them. We should help the police, we should help the government, help the security forces to help us. So then I started thinking about the kapow guys who can be all in the night. There was a guy who came to my office yesterday to visit me. Somebody brought him to me. They call him, they say Spirit. They say, this is the guy who can chase all these criminals. Yeah. And I was asking the guy, you know what I asked the guy? I said, my man, do you want me to sit there and believe that you are a normal human being? That with your bare hands you can run behind criminal? You know the guy asked me? The guy said, I'm a normal human being. You want to check behind me? I said, no. What play I said? That was the exact question the guy asked me. The guy said, I said, my man, you really want me to believe that you normal human being? That why you really want me to believe? The guy said, oh, no, I'm normal. I said, but man, anybody that can just run behind criminal, all the people get going while the man say I can chase them. I said, time. And the man can say, you want to check behind me? I said, no, I want to check behind you. I'm only asking you a question. So I was thinking, what kind of assistance can we give the kapow? Can we have some kind of major fundraising rally for the guys? Maybe to buy them some motorcycles because they're doing very well. Since they're in Monserrato, I'm thinking what the legislative caucus and the leadership of Monserrato could do. Probably look into Monserrato County development money, take small money, buy some motorcycle. You know what I mean for the men to be running behind criminal all over? Let's leave here and go to Franklin Doloque in Nema County. I'm sure Franklin is in Gompa. Probably maybe he'll be on his way to look by there in Yame. I don't know. Franklin, good morning.
Good morning.
Damn it. The man relax. Oh, Franklin, why are you talking like that?
Well, I'm probably in contact with yesterday.
You mean the death of the girl and the guy? Franklin, you gotta talk louder, small. Franklin, you know, I'm not gonna keep you for long because I have to talk to people. But Franklin, how did this guy kill this girl?
Well, the people get them on where they keep them scared. They are very informed that this man, he was from an years old. He was pretty strong, you know. Who beat his girlfriend, with 23 years old, yes, yes. But later on, after killing his girlfriend, that was start to settle down. He just died in the contact. So rushing with him to the contact hospital. The people were there on every Monday morning.
Now, Franklin, how did it really happen? Were two of them in the room? Did he creep in the ceiling? I mean, did it where they were doing the thing, nobody was around to rescue her or what? I'm just thinking.
Well, what we have done here, they have to do with this man's person, you know, they're teaching his girlfriend, great mellow, or having long affair in a deal in the world.
Mm-hmm.
This person decided to place what they first to go to there.
Mm-hmm.
So when she went to there, she was in there. The first talking later on in that hour, she had to claim what he said. And when he entered the room that had closed the door, there was no way for her to do something. So they were in there, spending morning around 5 o'clock. I was in commission. That way, they remember that and then immediately have locked their care around here. So that was oh no, you are high just a big concrete and new home. After getting here, he began to himself. So, therefore, he started his second time, and he opened the door to get out now. The rest of the period, he decided to, when he saw the blood on him, I had a blood on him, he took it against the window when he passed out on the house.
Now, I'm still thinking, Franklin, before you have access to the ceiling, you know, to be able to get into a room, you must enter a house. And then this thing happened 5 a.m. I mean, was the door not locked, the door of the house? And was she the only person in the house?
No, the door was locked. The door was locked. But Grace went to bed. She was the first to go to bed. When she was in bed now, the house, Victor or Pepper, Lulu or Boyfriend came, Victor went to door. Both of them slept in the same room.
Oh, okay. But I heard you talking about jumping from the ceiling. That's why I was confused there.
Yes, these things they don't always to go see the room.
Okay. So apparently the door was locked, and so their room door was locked, so he had to get through the ceiling.
Yes, when Grace went in his bed, Grace had to lock the door.
Okay.
When he locked the door, there was no way for person to go through. He had to pass through the street to enter the room.
Where are the bodies now?
Well, yesterday police took the body to hospital.
And did I hear you say they
I bet he phone and you were having a child. And this boy was living with person family in Mo community. While they were in Glenwood community around the center, young men institution, why he around.
Now, Franklin, few days after this incident occurred, I mean few days before the incident occurred, were the both of them still sleeping together in that room, or did any confusion break up and somebody left their friend in one area and moved to the other area?
Yes, I been told that Grace was in this committee when the kids get Grace was about the YMCA school.
Mm-hmm.
They went Grace was there for person who get with people around the school community, but there was the NXC,
Mm-hmm.
people increasing Grace Miller or Rabi, not the KNC community.
Okay.
So he began to move the parents area, but later on he came at night to tell us his time.
Okay, Franklin, we'll leave you there. So we heard that later he took scissors. After beating her, killing her, he took scissors, stabbed himself several times, and then when he was badly bleeding, he opened the door and then he came out. So when the people saw him, they thought somebody did something to him in the house, and so they were concerned and rushed him to the hospital. Apparently, he came out so that the people would rush him to the hospital, probably so that he would survive. But the same incident occurred in Banga before, way back, several years ago. But the woman is still living today. The woman is still living today. The man, he stabbed the woman several times in her stomach, and he thought she was dead. He took Caroline, drank it, but he died. She didn't die. Welcome to the show. Call us now on 0777 700 995 0555 995 995, and the other numbers. As a matter of fact, the Press Union of Liberia's Intellectual Discourse Committee will be organizing a special edition of the Edward Women Blading Forum to be held today on our campus on Kerry Street. It's 1 p.m. and the forum will be held on the theme addressing the hurdles in the establishment of war and economic crimes code. Where are we? Challenges, prospects, and the way forward. And an act was, well, that's it. And we're hearing representative, an act was passed by the Dentailers legislature granting immunity or amnesty to these criminal representatives, calling for the repealing of that law. Richard Nangbe and Councillor Boakai. Are they the ones who will sit on the panel today to discuss? Let's go here to talk to these callers. Hello.
Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to Liberians following the conversation. My name is Christian Lian president is taking some things, even though there are other challenges that we are still confronted with, mainly from the electricity situation, which has been something inherited, and the government is still working on it to ensure that she gets the best out of it. But yet then, the government has significantly strived with regards to the issue of our road connectivity. And this is what I want to say to you, Clarence. Thank you, because there are many journalists, there are many other Nigerians who will want to view the happenings of our country from the negative perspective at one point in time, where even if the strife that's been
Christian Yanti. Not that sometimes they view it negatively, but the fact that it will not be in your favor, you will say it's negative. That's what happened. The fact that they will even if it is true, sometimes you don't question the truthfulness of what the president say, but you just look at the thing and say no, the man criticizing. So once I not say the president doing some work on road, that's why you praising me for the money.
But Clarence, the point is, there are people who even say the president being road and in fact the road are sustainable, but they say very people are using the road. But we want to use these things to say, oh, the government is doing nothing. The fact of the matter remains, if the president does good, what you do appreciate the president for the good that they have done. Then from there you can identify the shortcoming, the mistake, and provide recommendation.
Okay, thank you, Christian. Let's talk to another caller. Women can call 0886-458-902. Hello? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to the people of Nigeria.
Yeah.
My name is Papa Patu, and I moved this morning from Israel in my room.
Ahmed, is it like your kid getting heated?
Clarence, it's not easier this time, but that don't be perfect to what the president said yesterday. I think it was so unfortunate that the president speak to the SW complex and tell the world that the progress and I think the process of food are spending darkness out there 4 or 5 years ago, 1 month ago, I mean, darkness. That's how electricity is growing. Now, this is share on itself. If I see the feedback on the agenda, the people are clear, president making progress, nobody stops. Since the king of power is going to be poor, people will check the problem with no value for finance industry, or the government is statistic. Like, journalists, most of the ministers and the ministers of Rangers, still, that is not them. Nobody gives the number of people in the club, but all the people go to the public video and get loud for us. But that loud comes out in 7 2 cars because personally, it's just what you can't see media, you can't even clear with people because anyone can say that for them, they can get on clear that someone with someone who's in the
Is there many times they are? We can do one? Okay. All right, Cooper. Thank you, the Unity Party boy. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Nia Wakwani. Calling from Battlefield Community.
I thought you in Oman. You stay here?
I am here.
Okay.
I am ready. I'm on here now.
Oh, you are practicing. Go ahead.
Yes. Well, Clarence, I want to say thank you very much to our most best President George Manuel Weah. And I'm going to get the good reason at the time 2023 comes why President Weah should be re-elected as president. Okay?
But wait, Leno. I thought you were Joe Walker, United Party president again.
No, I'm pleased here.
Oh. No, I saw the go on my side here. Oh, that Leno Swagger talking so that you can get 50 reason for Joe Weah. No, they're not breaking news. I'm not surprised. I mean, that's politics. Anything. The woman, why you say Rachel Cool, United Party? The woman says she changed gear. Go ahead. I see why you've been resting. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah, so I'm going to give one reason today. The first reason is that we should be re-elected because all these electoral polls in this country today, we never had anyone president. They were only concerned about themselves.
Wait. Where you got electoral polls now?
The electoral will come today in most areas, communities. It was not a song when President we have to give president
Lenel.
Yeah?
People crying. Oh. People say 1 week, 2 weeks, they can't even see Corey, my dear.
Yeah, but you know, this is dry season.
Look, all right, thank you, yeah. After resting for more than 3 months, the woman used to be strong waka supporter. The woman change gear. I want to get an automatic or a good morning. Yeah. Yeah, good morning. Hey, you're not lose one party to you.
Yeah, Lydia will come back. Something is bothering her, so
all right, go ahead.
She's a good person. The president, Aaron, he never sees to abate us. You know, the president has done more harm than good to this country. Let me tell you, he bragged most of the time about white fee. The Liberian government is owing Wyatt International $1 million. Do you know that?
What is the source of that information, Ibe?
Dr. Belimo Wei, the president of the National Principal Association of Nigeria, was just on Twitter.
Wow.
$1 million. National Wyatt, International Wyatt.
Yeah, but here is the issue now, Ibe. We can no, I won't forget. We can talk about that one, but the money being between the government and Wyatt, the Wyatt not asking no parents, so the parents get fish to fry. All the children know they're taking their Wyatt free.
In most of these things that the president said he would have done, all of these things are all cosmetic, politics to win the mind of the people for his leg. One of the projects of President Seti, our government, oversee the entire project from the road from EMW Georgia, unless it's from Red Light, to Guinea Polo and Loon Supply, everything that President Williams said he did.
No, man, where you drawing that conclusion from, Ibe?
60% of what you're talking about are all beginning of the president's project. We're talking about Ellie Johnson Seti.
Yeah, even if I were to agree, it takes a political will to continue that. George Weah would have chosen to do something else.
Prosecute people that are caught in corruption. What is happening at Lagos? The 25 million that walk away. The 4 billion Liberian that were printed and cannot be prosecuted, cannot be accounted for.
You say 4 billion were printed and cannot be counted. No, man. Ibe, you can't say that. The monies are all over the $100 bill. But why you can't stop that on the $100 bill on the market? Abel. No, they're not. But this, no. You have you seen any millionaire Liberian $100 bank note for months now? $100 US denomination. Then my man, no, that your money there, Abel, that old money, man. That old money, my man. No, Abel, you're not talking for 5 minutes. You gotta go. What your one will be talking all day. You're not talking for. They both go print new money. We're using the money. Then say the money can be fun. Hello. That your thing doing on L. Good morning. Who they got? Oh. Are you going around recruiting people? That who talking say that who talking at Chan we are birthday panel? Oh. Okay. Yeah, Corin. No. Oma, Corin was yeah. But Corin was not all over now. But don't make it look that Ellen reconditioned that hydro there. You know what? Oma, you know what I learned Liberian politics for? They did Joe we are leave on power, People will look for some kind of small thing and say, Joe we are done, they want yeah. No, Oma, if we are appreciative, we will tell Ellen thank you first of all for restoring that hydro. Okay, Omar. All right, Papa. Yeah. When you coming, oh man, when you coming call you, why you do? You not police woman again? Captain Rose Baker. Captain Baker. They were more young at time. They were more young at time. She was not easy. Okay, Omar. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. We have to take our guest, Ellis Williams, very, very, very shortly, maybe in 2 minutes' time. I'm giving anybody on SKT people, I'm giving anybody plenty of time. Hello.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me say good morning to you, Mr. Jackson. I need to take you back to SKT.
That way, yeah. That way, yeah. That way you're talking now. Call your name. Oh, you ghost? Hello, hello. Are you a ghost? Please call your name. Oh. I was not making your voice up, man. Oh my God. My man, you happy this morning because you're not getting one party scene. Lady Swagger, you not come to you, so you happy. Look at that. Look at trouble. You know how many persons that come from there they can cry? Okay, Zeze. Thank you. I am not accepting any calls. Don't call my number, especially the Lone Star number. That's the number I'm using to talk to my guest, Alex Williams, from outside of the country. He's been getting rid of from the system, but he insists that he is still the Deputy Director General for Statistics and Data Management at the Liberia Institute of Statistics and Geoinformation Services, LISGIS. He's our guest this morning on the show. He's been making wild allegations and coming up with some issues about what he thinks is corrupting the system and those things that are responsible for the continuing postponement in the conduct of census in this country. And we thought to reach out to him. So please, I'm not accepting any calls. I'm trying to join Alex Williams now. So that we talk the talk. If we can get him on this other number, we will go on that other number, but we will get to him. We will surely get to him. We're trying to get to him. I understand Peter Bajuko is in country from Dakar, Senegal. Peter, if you're in country, I'd like to say good morning to you. I want to do something, play a song until we can get to Alex. The network seems to be giving me a lot of problems. Just keep tuned, keep listening to your radio. We're trying to go over to talk to Alex Moluba. He used to be one of the deputies at LISGIS, responsible for statistics and data management. He's been making some real wild allegations here. Let's go and see what we can talk to Alex. If that is not going that way, yeah, we can do something on the other side here. but we'll ensure we can get to Alex this morning. Initially, he answered the phone. I don't know why again. Good morning, Alex.
Good morning, Clarence, and good morning to our people back home in Radio Land, to our mothers and our fathers in visible, the 6,000 brothers of mine in People Solican District, in Fishtown, Rocktown of Maryland County, to our grandparents that are in Kurukan, that are in Beleyada, in Bapulu, and to my friends in West Point, in Lokinta, let me extend my greatest greetings to all of them, to all of our Liberian people, those in the diaspora, and to all lovers of official statistics and democracy and anti-corruption activists.
Okay, Alex, I'm calling you back using the other phone. Just pick it up. If it can't go, then I'll call you right back on this phone. But let's try that other phone, because this is the other phone I want to get all the documents from. So let's try the other one where you can go. I'll call you back on the other one. Okay, all right. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, fair enough. I got Alex on this one. Alex, you've extended greeting to everybody. That's good of you. Thank you for joining us, Alex. First question, Alex. Why are you out of the country?
So, Clarence, for me, whenever I speak with facts, I speak with documents. I sent to you yesterday a document, an email exchanges between my boss and myself, and you have it in your possession because I wanted to ensure that whatever I say is not just verbally, but it is supported and substantiated by evidence, by documents. And so you will see in your possession that I wrote my boss, informing him 2 weeks prior to my departure from the country, specifically on the 24th of March 2022, informing my boss that I was about to leave the country on a medical trip. And my boss responded, acknowledging receipt of my communication, and that he has not approved it and was going to get to the board of directors of Legis to discuss the issue regarding my health. And so I waited until the date of my departure. I also personally went to the Director General office and waiting a meeting to be called with the board to discuss that. He promised he would have done so. That was never done. I reminded him on multiple occasions, he didn't. And so I departed the country at the appropriate time. I said I would have. In fact, I even extended it by a day. And after that, I also wrote my boss informing him that I had left the country like I initially informed me, and I was on a medical trip in Paris, France.
Okay.
I did not just leave the country. I did not just leave the country, Clarence, but I also wrote to the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission that is currently investigating the alleged act of corruption alleges, informing them that I was leaving the country on a medical trip. And you also have that in your possession where the LACC wrote me back, informing me and acknowledging receipt of my communication and informing the chairperson of the LCC, Councillor Edward Clamart. So my departure from the country is very clear. There are multiplicity of documentation to prove that I follow all the procedure required to leave the country.
Now, I know you sent me over 30 different documents here without ever attempting to go into your health condition, which is personal. Did you really leave the country because you are not well, you want to seek medication, or because you want to say some things about Lesjes where you work, and probably you thought it was not good to remain in the country to begin to talk, so you wanted somewhere, I don't know, in your words, you wanted to leave before you talk, or what?
So, Clarence, my health issue, like you say, is private,
yeah.
But also I'm a public figure and I owe it to the Liberian people. What I can say to you for a fact is that I'm ill. My medical history is at the Portland Military Hospital. That can speak for it. That is a government health facility. So anyone can go and authenticate that. Though, it's a choice for them to make. Besides, I can also confirm to you that Mayor Jefferson Tamakoji, who is also a leader of mine, is aware about my health status. In fact, he even assisted me in trying to help solve some of my health issues. So these are not makeup. These are things. In fact, the health facility I'm visiting, they are a recognized health institution. There are going to be documentation presented to the government. Though it is my personal resources that I'm using to seek medical attention.
Okay, Ellis, let's not. Okay, let's not take too much time. Okay, you're going to return now. Are you still considering yourself Deputy Director General for Statistics and Data Management? I'm asking you because from all indications, you've been suspended or dismissed?
So let's get this very straight, Clarence. I was never suspended or dismissed from the position of Deputy Director General, not for Statistics and Data Management, but rather Deputy Director General for Statistics and Data Processing.
Okay.
I was never suspended, nor was I dismissed from that position. What I want you to understand, and our Liberian people, to put this into proper perspective and context, is that I received a communication from my boss, Professor Francis Ray, suspending me for time indefinite as the National Census Project Coordinator on the 17th of February. That is absolutely distinct from my role as Deputy Director General for Statistics and Data Processing.
Okay. Let's move on now. What's the content of the letter you wrote to the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission? And what is this issue about corruption at Lesjes you've been talking about? I will just sit for some time, and probably as you talk, I will go through some of the documents because there are a bunch of documents here, Alex.
So, I don't know when you say which letter, because I've written several communication to LCC. As a matter of fact,
everything borders on everything borders. No, I want you to talk about the one. Probably if you have ever written the LCC on anything that borders on corruption at Lesjes.
What I know for a fact is that I received a communication from the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission inviting me to appear before them on the 7th of March 2022 to answer questions as it relates to an ongoing investigation that the LCC had commissioned into allegation of fraud, misappropriation of census resources at Lesjes. And so, knowing fully well and cognizant of the fact that LCC has the statutory responsibility to investigate all acts of alleged corruption, especially with regards to state funds and resources, I thought it would responsible to have gone to the LCC on the invitation, which I definitely did. So on the 7th of March 2022, 10 a.m. as they instructed me to appear, I appeared before the LCC investigation, and I provided both oral and written statement as to my knowledge of census resources and census expenditure and census revenue at the Liberian Institute of Statistics and Geoinformation in my capacity as Deputy Director General for Statistics and Data Processing, in my capacity as the Census Project Coordinator, and in my capacity as a responsible and organized and a civilized citizen who wants to ensure that the right thing is done.
Yes, probably I just want us to get a few things outside of the box before we talk. Now, I know that a young Liberian, one Telewian, used to be the census coordinator in our position. How did you become census coordinator? Because when I was reading the project paper, it says that the coordinator should be evaluated and vetted by an independent body.
Okay, so the issue with regards to my appointment as census project coordinator, you have a document before you.
Mm-hmm.
That document says appointment letter, census project coordinator. I will want you firstly to read that document to the public so that they are aware as to how I assumed that role.
Yes, I'm going there. I see resignation letter, second request. I see signed agreement between Leges, Speaker, COVID investigation steering committee meeting, suspension letter from census. Let's go up here, PPCC, the documents, NSA report on Wilmon, the DG writing Wilmon to resign, letter to Leges Ball, leave mail, request, exchange between Wilmon and somebody, DG Wilmon resignation letter. I mean, the documents are so voluminous, but I will try appointment. Okay, I got it. It was in June of last year. It reads, Dr. Bennett Yananbaji, Resident Coordinator, United Nations Population Fund. Please accept my compliments and best wishes. Permit me to introduce G. Alex M. Williams, the new National Census Project Coordinator for the Liberia 2021 National Population and Housing Census. This decision was derived via a consensus yesterday during a meeting with the senior management of Leges. Judging from Mr. Williams' track record, we are optimistic that he will provide the required additional support and leadership needed to successfully implement the census project. Please accept the assurances of my highest esteem. Sincerely, Samuel D. Tourjanian, Minister, Chairman, Leges Board of Directors. And so you were placed in that position based on consensus. Now, what is happening to this whole money for the conduct of the census? We're hearing about fraud, about malpractice, and all these kinds of things coming from Leges.
So before going into what is happening at Leges, you just read the communication written by the
Chairman of the board.
Chairman of the board of Leges. And not only is Minister Tue is the chairman of the board of Leges, but he's also the chairman of the Census Commission.
Okay.
The Census Commission aspect, the census organizational structure is the highest decision-making body of the census. So you will see clearly that that communication emanated from me. Besides, what I also want to bring to your attention was that I was the census project coordinator prior to my departure for study in the Czech Republic, where I obtained a double master in official statistics with distinction from the Prague University of Economics and Business. So when I departed, prior to my departure, I destination letter. You also have that in your possession.
I see it.
Maybe you also want to...
No, we don't have the luxury of time, Williams.
Yeah. So I resigned as project coordinator before I went to school. When I returned in January of 2021, there were challenges with the census between the partners, between villages and other people. And so there was a need because the partners wanted to ensure that the census became successful as well as the government. And so there was a conversation here as to how the leadership of the census changed. And that was when I was in Ghana in June of 2021 last year, that I received a call that I needed to return home and help ensure that the census was successful. That was how I got appointed, as you just read the letter.
Okay.
So I firstly wanted to put it into context so that our people understand exactly where we came from and where we are today.
Let's move ahead with the main issues.
Yeah, so what is the issue? The issue now has got to do with the census and that of corruption at the level of villages with regards to the census. But firstly, what I need you to understand is that the census is not just an ordinary project. In fact, if you read the principle and recommendation for population and housing censuses, Revision 3 of the United Nations, you will see that at the introductory pages of that particular documentation, which is like a Bible for the conduct of national population and housing censuses all around the world, it says that censuses is the biggest project a government undertakes during the time of peace. Census is far bigger than election. Census is far bigger than anything you can imagine in any country. Why? Because it provides an opportunity once in either 10 years or in either 5 years on the basis of the constitution of that particular country for the government and the people to have a understanding of the total count of the entire population, the structure, the characteristics, the size of the population, as well as the housing characteristic. Now, unique to Liberia is that we combine two censuses always. We combine the population census as well as the housing census. These are two distinct censuses. But in the history of Liberia, we have always combined these two. Now, few countries around the world, for example, Japan, New Zealand, Canada, have resorted to conducting censuses every 5 years. But in the case of Liberia, Article 39 of the 1986 Constitution requires that the legislature calls for census every 10 years. And so, Liberia's last census being conducted in 2008 meant that the next census should have been here in 2018. Absolutely, we could not have census in 2018, of course, because we are aware in 2017 was a political transition. Beyond that, there were no resources in the census coffers. Now, all around the world, censuses are activities that run for almost 5 years. It begins with pre-census enumeration activity, going to the census count that is referred to as the enumeration aspect, where many people consider as the census where we count the entire population. And then fast forward to the post-census activities, where we have the data analysis, we have the report writing, we have the production of the master sampling frame for the country that is used for inter-census surveys, and many other activities after the count. Now, so what we thought to do in Liberia when we assumed the responsibility as Deputy Director General for Statistics and that of the Census Project Coordinatorship in 2018, was that for the first time we decided that we would transition Liberia's census from PAPI to CAPI. When we say PAPI, what we mean, we will eliminate paper and pen interview, or what we call paper and pen personal interview, and transition to what we call the computer-assisted personal interview. Computer-assisted personal interview brings in the introduction of electronic devices, like the tablets, like the smartphone and other things to collect data. You using face-to-face methodology, where you have an enumerator interviewing households and responding. And so because of that major shift in the conduct of census, what we needed to do was that we needed to provide or have technical assistance. Because for the first time in the history of the entire West African region, Liberia was going to be the only and first country to have a fully digitized census. What that means is that there was no one in Liberia who have had an experience of a fully digitized census. And so we sought the assistance of the U.S. Census Bureau. I wrote several communications to them. They responded to the stage that they brought in my boss. We had a scope of work and everything developed. And at the end of the day, all those efforts that I made was killed by the Director General when he wrote a communication to the U.S. Census Bureau while they were in flight to Liberia to administer the task. The task is something we call the Tool for Assessing Statistical Capacity, synonymous to what many people will call the SWOT analysis. So the task is normally administered to NSO to know the strengths and weaknesses of that NSO as to moving forward to having a unique census organized and planned. And so fast forward, we have a census project document that outlined and clearly indicated that we needed 18.9 million, approximately 19 million if we want to round up. Now that 19 million could not have been given by the government of Liberia, because obviously we have a very tight fiscal space, resources are limited, priorities are multiple, are huge, and so what we needed to do was to also go to our foreign friends, our foreign partners, to provide some sort of assistance and cushion to the national government. So as part of that arrangement, Legis Director General signed a co-financing agreement with the UNFPA. That co-financing agreement details how the census resources would have been received and how expenditure would have been made and where the resources would have been kept. And in that document, the Director General of Legis committed the government of paying $6.7 million United States dollars to the UNFPA Census Basket Fund, and all resources for the census that have been given both by the government of Liberia and that of other donors and partners will go directly to the Census Basket Fund. That co-financing agreement was signed on the 5th of May, 2019. That was when that co-financing agreement was signed, and you also have that co-financing agreement in your possession as part of pieces of documentation I submitted to you. Now, if you read that co-financing agreement, there were timelines where government would have transmitted her own commitment and contribution to the census. So we engaged the government of Liberia. The Ministry of Finance then provided and initially $700,000 United States dollars and 48 million Liberian dollars to the Legis for the conduct of the census. Now, what I mean is that once resources were being provided to Legis, Legis should have in return transferred those resources to the Census Basket Fund in accordance with the co-financing agreement that the Director General of Legis has signed. Now, it will also interest you to note that in 2008, the census fund was being kept at EcoBank Limited Liberia. We have both an LD account and a United States dollar account. It is also submitted before you, as you see in the bank statement that I forwarded to you. Now, whenever the government of Liberia gave Legis check for the census, those CBS checks are taken to EcoBank, deposited in the census account for maturity. Upon maturity, those funds should be transferred to the UNFPA Census Basket Fund. But on the contrary, I can say to you for a fact, up to today, the government have given approximately $1.85 States dollar, when you combine both the Liberian dollar and the US dollar, taking into consideration the prevailing exchange rate at the time of disbursement by the government of Liberia, the total money Lazy has received for the census is around 1.8 million. What that means is that 1.8 million should have been transferred or taking into consideration the forex exchange during the times of converting Liberian dollar to United States dollar. We should have not less than 1.7 million transferred to the UNFPA census basket fund. But as I speak to you, up to date, as we speak, only 700,000 United States dollar has been transferred. Majority of the remaining funds, and I keep saying majority of the remaining funds that should have been transferred were misused, siphoned, and misappropriated.
So you saying out of 1 point something million that's supposed to go to the UNFPA census basket fund, only 700,000 is available there at the moment.
So 700,000 United States dollar was given by the government in April of 2019. 48 million Liberian dollar was also given in April 2019. That 700,000 United States dollar company went to the basket fund. The 48 million Liberian dollar did not go. There was no forex exchange to convert the Liberian dollar to the USD and transfer to the census basket fund. That did not happen.
Before we go to November, has there been any trace to establish where is the other money?
Of course, the bank statement shows how these resources have been utilized. The bank statement shows that, and the bank statement is in your possession.
Yeah, I mean, I can say that because, yeah.
But Clarence, obviously, if you have an account and you are withdrawing, the bank statement shows when you withdraw and what you withdraw for.
Absolutely. So yeah, move ahead. You want to talk about 2019 something again?
Yeah, so 2019 in November, the government again gave a second contribution, which was 450,000 United States dollar and 49,614,000 Liberian dollar. That is why I say when you sum all the two, taking into consideration the prevailing rates and foreign exchange, knowing fully well that, for example, if you went to the bank and you wanted to convert the Liberian dollar to US dollar, there will be some reduction because of the foreign exchange. So that is why I say the minimum that the government should have transferred to that census basket fund should have been nothing less than 1.7 million United States dollar. But again, like I said, only 700,000 was transferred. Almost 1.1 or 1.3 million equivalent. We are yet to know where it is. Majority of that funding, and I keep saying majority of that outstanding resources were being misused. And the bank statement is evidence to prove that.
Now, you walk in a system and you say what you say. I'm confused right here. Did you do? I'm saying you as Liz in a system. Did you do any internal investigation to establish? I mean, I got a bank. I'm trying to find the bank statement here, Alex. I'm not sure you sent that one to me because I'm checking.
It's an Excel file, notable transaction.
Notable transaction. I discovered it. Let me log in. Okay, yeah, I see it before me here. I see it before me here. Yeah, let's go.
But Clarence,
yeah.
Clarence, there is also a communication in your possession called letter to Legis Book. Letter to Legis Book.
Maybe I need to read that one. Maybe I need to read that one.
Letter was written on the 6th of May 2019 before I even resigned. Because I resigned on August 1, 2019 as a result of corruption and many things. But prior to my resignation in 2021 as Census Project Coordinator, I wrote the book.
Okay, letter to Liz Bowl. Maybe I need to read it one quickly. Alex, hold on there. Office of the Deputy Director General for Statistics and Data Processing and National Census Project Coordinator, May 6, 2019. Honorable Samuel D. Toure, GM, Minister of Finance and Legislative Board, Minister, blah, blah, blah. Dear Honorable Toure, I extend heartfelt compliments and right to request more respectfully the intervention of the Board of Legislature into concerns arising at legislature involving the office of Honorable Director General and mine since 2018 to present. Your intervention is crucial at this time where national government is positively responding to its financial commitments toward the conduct of the 2019 National Population and Housing Census and the overall progress of the national statistical system. The DG's May 1, 2019 communication to me warning of my action to ensure proper internal control and usage of the census resources is scary, especially when he is citing that my actions are inconsistent with legislature's standard operational manual where such document does not exist. Furthermore, his reference of the public financial management regulations and dismissal of my authority to request census financial document in my capacity as the census project coordinator requires your involvement to settle fundamental institutional concerns as observed below. 1. Unexplained withdrawal from the census accounts. Wow. 2. Non-compliance with the act establishing legislature. 3. Non-compliance with the term of reference of the 2019 MPHC management structure. 4. Usurpation of the functions and details of the Director General for Statistics and Data Processing and other staffers. The crucial nature of these concerns requires once again that I humbly request your timely intervention. Meanwhile, please accept also the felicitation of my highest esteem. Yours respectfully, G. Ellis and Williams, CC copy to the co-chair and board members. Yep.
You know, Clarence, so many people don't understand. They say, why now? Somebody say, this is organized. No. Ellis Williams is on record for complaining and reporting this internally since 4 years ago or 3 years ago. And the document is before you as you just read. So Mr. Williams did not come out just today to the press. Mr. Williams exhausted all internal mechanism and structure necessary to ensure that these were put to stop.
What is it?
My WhatsApp message to many others who memo and the chairman are also evidence that I've been complaining. My emails are evidence that I've been complaining. And Clarence, all these documentations are in the cloud. They are on backup. They are with several other persons that tomorrow and yesteryears, history will recall us that we complained, we exhausted all of the internal processes and mechanisms, but we will not listen to.
I see you sent me a lot of checks here, different monies. I need to do this. Sorry. I see you send me checks here. No, but what did the bank statement establish? Who are the people who are withdrawing these monies you're talking about that cannot be accounted for the benefit of the public?
So, like I said, you have the bank statement.
I do. I do.
Like you said, for the benefit of the public.
Yeah.
Mr. William Smith. Mr. William Smith took 800 United States dollars from the census account, not following the due process, which was totally wrong, using it for his own personal use, and you can see the bank statement credit shows that.
You mean 800 United States dollars? You mean 800 United States dollars.
800 United States dollars. If you see on the 28th of February 2022, the 28th of February 2022 that you have before you receive Mr. Wilmer Smith, you see the check number and everything to withdraw 800 United States dollars from the census account. You will also see on the 2nd of March 2022, Professor Francis Edward withdrew 900 United States dollars from the census account and for himself. You will see on the 11th of March 2022, Mr. Lawrence George, the Deputy Director General for Administration and Wages, withdrew 800 United States dollars from the census account for himself. These are not Mr. Ellis Williamson. This is the bank statement. Now, that is just few of the many excesses. In fact, those are just small resources that are given to. If somebody want to measure or compare between what they took and what, the others and now.
Yeah, just hold on there a little bit. I see Lawrence George Sr. I see March 2022. I see $800 US here. I see, is there what? Repeat Louis. I see $2,500 here. I go here. I see, let's go here. I see Ezekiel HS Numbo. I see Munnings here. $2,000 here. Let's go up. I see. I want to be calling names because those are the names that I see before me. So I see the name. I'll call it. I see, who do I see here? Let's come back. Ellie, hold on just a minute. Let's go here. I see one Anthony Colley here. I see 400 United States dollar. I see, is it Esau Johnson here? I see 200 US dollars. I see Abigail T. Mumbo here. I see, it's $1,311 here. I see Francis Ware here. I see 900 US dollars. Wait now. I don't understand. Go ahead, Alex. Go ahead.
So you also see Clarence. You also see on the 21st of February, the same Francis Ware withdrew from the Douala branch of Echo Bank 350 United States dollars on the 21st of February and paid it to himself. These are just few of the many excesses. You see on the 28th of February, if you look at the 28th of February also, you see Mr. Wilmer Smith 800.
No, Ellis, did you when
sharing the resources of the country to themselves and among themselves.
When you were called by the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission and you went there, did you provide all these documents to the LACC as part of effort to help it investigate the situation at Lisges?
All the documents before you were submitted to the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission.
Okay, let me read something here, and this is what Wilmer Smith sent me, because I sent Wilmer Smith a text message last night that you would have been on the show, and I wanted him to appear in person, but this is what he sent me via text. He said, sorry, saw your text late and got meeting this morning. Kindly see Lisges' response in this analyst newspaper. So Lisges had done a response. The man said, I'm going to go to the analyst newspaper. Let me see here. They say what? Lisges says, census on course. Refuse allegations of corruption stalling 2022 census. The Liberia statistics. So Lisges has responded in the paper. But judging from all of what's happening around the census, and you being fired, or you being dismissed, or your position as a census coordinator being taken away from you, do you think we are best suited and with all the capacity to do this census thing?
So I can say to you, it's troubling. It's troubling for our country. It's troubling for every well-meaning Liberian, and that is why I thought it would be necessary this time around to inform our people and the leadership of the country as to what is unfolding. Clarence, you are aware that Lisges has suspended or postponed the census on 3 occasions. In fact, the Director General of Lisges has even misled the President to have brought,
Clarence Johnson, which is not true. Which is absolutely not true. In fact, in one of the defense of the Director General at the National Legislature, he said we could not have the census mapping exercise because of COVID. But if you recall, it was the same time during the COVID that Legis had a mapping exercise for the food distribution where we employ over 10,000 persons.
Now, Alex, have you written the board? Did you bring all these things to the attention of the board of Legis?
Clarence, I guess you read a letter to the board of Legis just a while ago, right?
Yeah, that was not complaining about anything. The one I read. Okay, the one I read was way back in 2019. Okay, that's correct. But I'm talking about the recent withdrawal of all these monies from the account. Is the board aware through a communication from you, maybe?
Okay, so Clarence, you receive also a communication in your possession called unknown withdrawal from the census account. Please read that for our people.
I go in there. Unknown withdrawal from census account. I'm going there. Let me find it because, like I said,
it was written Friday, January 28th.
Yeah, I go in there. The document sent me my man. I said a whole folder unknown withdrawal from census account. Let's go here and see census unknown withdrawal. Unknown withdrawal from census account.
All those who are copied in that email.
Yeah, let me find it first. Unknown withdrawal from census account. Unknown withdrawal from census account. Unknown withdrawal from census account. 1 minute, listeners. I'm not finding that one. No. I'm not finding unknown withdrawal from census account. I'm still staring. I'm not finding that one. Unknown withdrawal from census account. Unknown withdrawal from census account. 1 minute. I'm not seeing that one. I'm checking.
It's a PDF document.
PDF document. Or this is audit fundings. Appointment letter. Appointment. Alex Williams warning. Acting census. I'm not getting this one. I'm not really getting this one. Alex, okay, what we need to do, Alex, just go to OKFM. Yeah. I'm not finding it. I'm not leave mail to LCC. I'm not finding it. Okay, listen, these are the mails. These are the stuff you sent me. 2021 signed census project, acting memo, Alice Williams warning letter, appointment to blah blah blah, appointment letter, census project, audit findings, census checks, Daleme passport, DG calls for Wilmot resignation, don't approve, evidence, U.S. census, exchanges between Wilmot and somebody, first request to Daleme, first warning from the DG, leave mail to LACC, letter to Legis board, liquidation report, Legis Act, medical mail exchange, notable transaction, NSA report on Wilmot acts of corruption, PAC 2018 final draft, PPCC threshold resignation letter, second request, signed agreement between Legis, Speaker COVID-19 investigation, steering committee meeting, and suspension letter from census. No, you didn't send me that one, apparently. You didn't send me that one. Okay, so what we'll do, just go on OKFM Facebook page and follow the show. Let me take few calls. Yeah, so I will take few calls. Let me go to OKFM. Well, this is the OK Morning Rush. Ellis Williams there, worked with Legis. He says he's taking medical and he will return to the country. He's raising a lot of issues about corruption at Legis with Wilmot Smith and Professor Francis were at the center of this controversy here. Hello?
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Clarence, and good morning to the guests.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm George Logan. I'm calling from Freeport.
Yeah.
Okay, Clarence, I've been following, Alex's allegation of corruption at Legis. Those information are very necessary, but the manner and form in which Alex is launching this campaign is becoming as though he has an ulterior motive. Because the last time Alex was on the school talk, and Kev Hassan told him that the president was listening. If Eddie has an honest intention to expose corruption...
Chief. Hello.
Yes.
Let's talk about the issues the man talking about and forget about the man have on it. Let's talk about the issues. The issues.
The issue is great. The issue is great, but the monotonous nature in...
No. Listen, Chief. No. That man is reaching out to different media institutions because there are different listeners at the point in time. Let's forget about what are monotonous and all the big English. Let's look at the issues the man raising, whether they are substantive or not. That's what we should be talking about and forget about whether the man have raised the issue more than 20 times. For me, that's not what the issues are. Yeah? Hello? Good morning. Yeah. Yeah, Cooper. Yeah, so Alex said he wrote a book. Alex, you have to find the communication you sent to the book because it's crucial. Because Alex is a sitting official at Lazy's. Like in the first communication I read, and I was asking what are all these things. The ball is a word, that's why I really want to find out from you. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Brian.
But let's leave that issue. The man talking there plenty of time. Another issue. Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, Brian, good morning.
Yeah.
My name is Chief. I'm calling from New York Johnson.
Yeah.
The Brian, being a student of I see the important thing centers.
Oh, my man, what happened? You went off the line. I didn't cut you off. I don't know. Hello?
Good morning, Clara Johnson.
Good morning.
It is Bob Yatsukle. I called you for Colorado this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Let me appreciate that. I think it's the beer. We can fight corruption and see corruption. That everyone is responsibility. So, something that one on someone that you know about. And then after a while, another thing. So, once someone does commit with me, once commit, when you do something that was put in the system. So, this one, let me say, thank you very much. Take your courage and say what you know about the issue surrounding around religion, so that the person can know and the person can then know that even for everyone else will see the problem.
Okay, thank you. Hello?
Yes, good morning, Clarence.
Good morning.
Yeah, thank you, and this is a pleasant good morning to the listening audience.
Mm-hmm.
I am Emmanuel P. Oluti, and I call you from my residence along the Bekube Avenue into a community.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Clarence, I listened to your case, and I think some of the concerns raised by your case, they are very cardinal, and as such, we are calling on the GAC and the LACC to launch a speedy investigation because, Clarence, the sole purpose of going to public office it is not for you to amass wealth unto yourself at the detriment of the state. So we are calling on the requisite authority responsible to launch a speedy investigation to establish as to whether some of the accusations raised they are true. And if they are true, there's a need that punitive action be taken against them, and we want to call on the president. For the sake of good governance, it is important that those who are entangled with this corruption saga, it is important that they be suspended from their job while they are ongoing investigation.
Okay, thank you. Let me reach out here. We'll take a few more. We'll take Wilfred Bangura 5 minutes past 9 o'clock. It's not going to take any toll on him. Hello?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
I want to apply Michael Flomo for New York Johnson.
Yeah.
That's why, as I was saying, right, I'm a student of statistics. Second of the importance of census. But what Ellen is saying, I'm not going to say that to say Ellen lying, Ellen saying the truth. But I think the requisite, agency like the CFC, something quickly. They should be going to go over there because the way of people taking money, I think it's 5 our country. They said it's so important that we're taking it, be sure about this. No money came over there. I can say he's lying, I'm not going to say that's true. But I
Okay, thank you. Let's go here. Hello. Good morning.
Well, Clarence, my name is Charles Reynolds,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm from Florida.
Yeah.
Clarence, some of the reason why the country will not be good is the first caller on the show.
Don't mind that man.
That man is saying because Ellis was on spoon talk, and so he should not be on OKFM. I don't. You think the people that listen to spoon talk is listening to OKFM in the morning? Even the people that listen to OKFM morning show, they're not listening to OKFM afternoon show. So nothing wrong with the man coming on in the morning and coming on in the afternoon. Any medium that is available for exposing wrongdoing in our society on the news. So what's wrong now? So what the motive? Okay, the motive for Ellis is to make sure that we must
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah?
This is Jessica calling from Abakawe.
Okay, Jessica.
Yeah, you know, it's very smart. Very smart and follow every Spoon FM. And then they came out the next day, which was Sunday, they had nothing to say because he was guilty. And it's fine, I pray for 10 of everything, most of the agencies in ministry around here.
Wilma Smith were on spoons. He had nothing to say.
They were all small here in church. They were so guilty. That's the reason you almost got home when you called.
I see.
They had nothing to say. Everything, they were so disgraceful. For people that we look, you know, they don't want to respond for the rest. They get the money. We must spend it every single money. And when I want to say, oh, we run around with a plan for it says up to 9. It's because of the people rush up.
Okay. Okay, madam. I hope Alex is listening. Alex, I will soon rejoin you. Hello?
Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning.
Well, this is Mark Chi. Of course, I'm the head of the e-business started watch advocate, and I called you from my road this morning.
Mm-hmm.
When I listened to the scenario from the people of Ellis, Clarence, basically for me, I'm not going to dig deeper into the corruption saga as ladies. But you know, as a civil rights actor and an e-business started activist, I think it is about time that we are. We've got less than 17 months of the beginning. There's a time the president should be able to step down and then watch people who are out there bringing his government to punish them with proof about being involved in the corruption. For me, I'm very careful because I'm from Southeast and I'm very afraid of the kind of just already around corruption and then put me in this country. Tomorrow in the morning, if anything goes on contrary for the fantastic business that goes in Southeast, it will be very difficult. So in my mind, in my Western opinion, it's about time that the president should step down and be very watchful for all the government officials who think, are involved in the corruption and they attempt to destroy the image of this government.
Okay. Image of this government. Let's go to our last Facebook page and see what Liberians in and outside of the country have written, and then when we come back here, we'll call Alex and we'll give Alex will respond to some of the issues, and then he will give his parting comments right here. Following from no, I want you to comment on some of the issues we're talking about here. This person, the LACC is so corrupt. He said that is the reason they do selective justice. Liberian journalists and the interview questions. What you were talking about, Clarence? When this guy was fired, corruption in Liberia is becoming a ministerial league where all ministries are playing for trophy. Let's see who will win. Okay, let me see what I can get back to Alex Williams right here on the show this morning. Alex, I'm trying to get back to you. Hope we'll get you because sometimes the network is bad. Then we can take you and get probably your parting comments. Then we can move on. Alex. Yeah, Alex, you listen to the calls. Most of them were in your favor. I was asking you a particular question, and I want to repeat that question as to whether, because the Minister of Finance sits there and the government is the one giving the money, like you said. I was concerned saying he's sharing the ball. What are you wrote you ever wrote the ball, and what are you by email or hard copy, whatever? Is the board aware? Is the Minister of Finance aware of all these things?
So, can you now check your WhatsApp?
Okay. Okay, let me now check my WhatsApp, Alex. Unknown withdrawal. Yes, I see unknown withdrawal. Okay, let me just tell me.
Please read for the public.
It's a long document about track. Because we got one next guest coming. My man, it is small from my eye, but let me see.
That answers your question.
They want written to Professor Francis Ware. Dear Professor Ware, on numerous occasions.
Please set the date.
This one was written. It's an email. It was actually written. Let me go down. Hold it. It was written. I'm coming. Alex, January 28th. It was written on Friday, January 28th. Okay. Yeah. Let me see what other days. No, I don't see the year. I only see Friday, January 28th, 2:50 p.m. That's what I see here. Okay. No worries. Dear Professor Ware, on numerous occasions, both verbally and via emails, I have reported that multiple withdrawals are being made on the census USD account at EcoBank without my knowledge and without following the required due process. However, you have not taken any action to stop these. These payments violate Liberia's public financial management laws, the operational framework of the census project document, the public procurement and concession laws of Liberia, and local and international best practices and accounting standards. I have noticed or reasoned with disdain that over US $100,000 given by the government of Liberia for the 2022 National Population and Housing Census were withdrawn from the supra-mentioned census account in the subject line between so you were informing him about the withdrawals, and let me see who are those you copied.
Please read that period, the two things.
Alex, time, I have to take my next guess. He said, besides, it is alleged that an equivalent of over 300,000 United States dollars again given by the government of Liberia went missing prior to my ascendancy as project coordinator in July 2021. With support from Mr. Wilmot Smith Jr., I asked for an internal audit of the said account in July 2021, but you instructed the internal audit unit not to proceed, and to date, the matter is unresolved. However, I am repeatedly bringing these irregularities to your attention because the TOR of the Census Project Coordinator requires that he or she must ensure proper usage and management of the census dollars or resources. Beyond this, the census currently has a huge funding gap of over 10 million United States dollars. So, spending the limited resources in such a manner is very worrisome. Today, we were all in the census meeting at the UNFPA office. You recall some of the donors, Swedish and Irish, informed us that they had decided to freeze their support to the census unit otherwise. While we should focus on resolving the funding gap, these unwelcome acts are occurring under your watch. You need to put a stop to this, Chief. In conclusion, I have said my part, raising multiple alarms to the danger ahead if we continue to do business as usual, and that is how far I can stop, my boss. Best regard, Alex Williams. And the people in the email, Francis Ware is here. I see him. Cletus Noah is here. I see Samuel Detour in this one. I see let me go here. I see Fonty Bowia. I see Gemu Bawokoya. I see one Kowo in it, J Kowo. I don't know whether that's Janga Kowo because I see MFDP. I'm sure it's Janga Kowo. Yes, and so Benedict Koluba, I see all of them in this one. Now, Ellie, let's get your parting comments in 2 minutes.
In 2 minutes, what is happening to the country is barbaric. It's unacceptable. When you steal from the census corpus, you do not steal just from an individual. You steal from the approximately 6 million people in Liberia. You deprive them of the opportunity for growth and development. Because the census results and census figure are used by multiple stakeholders, including the business community, the policy makers, to plan programs and develop policy for the growth and development of the country. What you do when you steal from the census is when you deprive the lady infeasible from having opportunity to affordable and accessible health care. Because a donor somewhere seated would have seen the census result and know that that lady don't have access to health facility and would have provided some sort of support. What you do when you steal from the census resources, you plunge the country into constitutional crisis. Because if the census is not held time, if the treasury is not set by the national legislature, what happens is that there will be no election, there will be interim arrangement which we don't want, and the country will go into tata.
Okay.
What you do when you steal from the country's census resources, you deprive the over 6 million people the opportunity to having access to realistic and timely transportation services.
Okay, Alex.
For example, we have used the statistical data and geocodings and maps to bring
Thank you.
accessible transportation services where you can sit in your room and order like in Ghana and other places.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Alex. We have to leave it there.
Resources, you deprive our people when there is a fire disaster that the National Fire Services cannot be able to respond in time.
We have to let Alex go. Alex, thank you. Thank you, Alex. Thank you so much. We have to let Alex go. Thank you so much, Alex. We have to let him go. He thinks that when you take census money, it's not just about the content of census. It affects every sector of the Liberian society. And I strongly think that Wilmot Smith and Professor Francis Ware should make themselves available for some of these public interaction. Press release will not stop it. They got it serious. This man is preventing. This man sent me more than 30 different documents here, including bank statements. So press statement, they think you gotta come. We're gonna let hear from you too. So we'll be asking you, did you withdraw? The only day, yeah, the bank statement, the bank statement that lie or that true. I didn't know want, huh? The man opening up. The man say he coming. He won't buy. He say he run away. He not well, but he coming back. Serious allegation of fraud, corruption at the Liberia Institute. And you see, I read a communication where the governments of Sweden and Ireland are saying they are withdrawing from the whole thing. These people there. My two guests are here. The most talk about Wilfred Bangura. And of course, Melvin Yelu is also here, the national chairperson and the secretary general of, sometimes people don't like it, but in Liberia, that's why we like to do, of Prince Johnson's movement for democracy and reconstruction. If it was George Weah, I would say George Weah CDC, Bwakai's UP, ALP, Cummins, and you know, that's how we do. The guys are here. We'll talk politics about the party. I don't know whether the guys can give the MDR to Joshua in 2023. If it don't go that way, Wilfred Bangura will hold, because he is the... Gentlemen, good morning to the both of you. Wilfred, how are you?
Very well, Clarence. Good morning.
The last time I saw you, you're doing something on Physicity, you say you're playing football, you're practicing,
Are you referring to the game held on the holiday?
I think it was a practice somewhere.
It was a holiday game.
No, that one was practice. I didn't watch the game.
I scored 2 goals.
Out of respect, man.
Absolutely, I did. I dribbled, broke down the defense, and I made my way through. You know, but I normally score fantastic goals.
Yeah, okay. Melvin, how are you?
Hey, Clarence, I'm okay.
Yeah. This is my first time getting closer, even though I know the name. How you guys doing? Wilfred, how is the MDR, by the way?
We're doing very well. But at the outset, I want to thank you very much for this invitation. As a matter of fact, I must also intimate that this is my median interview with you. And I must thank you for the great work and the time you're putting into the work of transforming this country. I listen to you religiously every morning.
Okay.
And I must tell you that there is a certain kind of strange addiction that if Clarence Jackson is not on the show, you know, I have a problem.
Yeah.
So
it depends on the nomenclature. Sorry.
No, Clarence, I beg you.
I
beg you, don't come to me on any strange nomenclature. I beg you, please. I beg you. But I also want to wish my very distinguished, young and illustrious brother a happy birthday. Today is his birthday.
Melvin, today your birthday.
Oh yes.
So it's a great honor and pleasure celebrating with him. He's a very astute and enterprising young person.
Okay. Before we go deep into the MDR stuff, how's the Ministry of Commerce? You sit there as the Deputy Minister responsible for administration, am I correct?
Absolutely, you're correct. We're doing fine under the dynamic, unflappable, and exemplary leadership of Minister Mwani G. Dix. We're doing very well. But I'm inclined that we're here to discuss other matters except for the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. But thanks for asking. We're doing very well.
Melvin, how is the MDR, particularly the Secretariat that you had?
Well, the Secretariat is good. MDR is fine. We are doing our best, although we just took over, and Chairman is putting things together, working along with him to ensure that we'll get the best out of MDR.
Chairman, were you both elected?
Absolutely, we were both elected by consensus of the National Executive Committee of our party, vouchsafed by the Constitution of our party. And it's such a privilege and honor to serve our party. We see this call to duty as one of honor, but at the same time, one of daunting challenge in the midst of preparation for major elections. I speak of the forthcoming senatorial election, as well as the forthcoming presidential election. So it is a humongous task, but our leadership is no less prepared and well adept to navigate the geopolitical terrain and to emerge with flying colors.
Okay. Wilfred, Deputy Minister for Administration. Melvin, Assistant Minister for Administration. I said that he comes from Postal Affairs and you are from Commerce. I was thinking of something last night and I said I would throw it up to my men so that they prove me wrong.
What was that?
Senator Prince Johnson from Nimba. The party chair Wilfred Bangura from Nimba. The party's Secretary General Melvin Yelu from Nimba. Who are the other officials from different counties?
Oh, we have a lot of different officials from different counties. For example, we have Mr. Port, who comes from Macerado County. We have who's the Vice Chairman for Operations. We have our Assistant Minister Gertrude Tia Williams, who is the Chairman of the Women League. She comes from Virginia County. We have
the youth chair. It's okay.
He comes from Lofa
County. I think he kept playing on me.
Oh yeah,
he kept playing on me last evening.
This is a party of the Liberian people.
Is the Deputy Minister of Youth and Sports your former Deputy Political Leader still in the party?
She is still in the party, and she still occupies her position as Deputy Political Leader of the party. Yeah.
I know I'll come to the SG. Wilfred, I want you to take some time, Mr. Minister and Chairperson, to tell us where do you intend to take the MDR? Where is it now in terms of membership across the country, or partisans, if you like? What's your plan? What do you want to see ahead of 2023 in the context of popularizing? Don't get me wrong. If the party was not popular, it would not have come, I think, third or fourth, something like that. But I'm talking about to what extent can you popularize it to the extent that your political leader will be a smiling president? What's your plan?
Clarence, thank you very much. What we intend to achieve for the MDRO in the coming years is to make the MDRO the number one political party in Liberia. As you have mentioned, and with approval, that this party has exuded confidence in the geopolitical situation and activity of Liberia and has performed quite well. The party endorsed the president in the 2017 elections.
Yeah.
So now, what we intend to do is we intend to take the party out of NIMBA. Don't get me wrong, NIMBA is the stronghold of the MDRO, and this fact is uncontrovertible. Everybody knows that, and this is a fact. But what NIMBAians are asking us to do now is that, look, take our party out of NIMBA, take it to Lofa, take it to Maryland, take it to Grand Juda, take it to River G, to Bomi, to Meserado, and you can name the rest of the counties. So we are attracting men and women of great repute, of great influence across the 15 political subdivisions of Liberia to the institution. As we speak, we have a plethora of well-meaning sons and daughters of our common patrimony who are coming to the party in their droves. They're coming to the party because they believe that the MDRO belongs to all of them. They agree that the MDRO has its strongest hold in NIMBA. They are coming to join the NIMBA compatriots to look at the vision, the political ideology of the MDRO, which is no less a divergent one from our political ideology of liberal democracy. This is a party that seeks to defend civil liberties, that seeks to expand freedom, to expand wealth, that seeks to give to the Liberian people the dividends of democracy. In our manifesto, all of our activities and mantra are clear. We believe that Liberia and Liberians deserve better, and they can have better. They deserve a better leadership, and they can have a better leadership. So it's a coalition of Liberians from across Liberia, the diaspora, and elsewhere, who are now regrouping and coming together to rebuild and remake the MDRO and present it to the Liberian people after the leadership or the second term of His Excellency the President. I mention that because our relationship with the establishment is evergreen, it is fledgling, and it is doing very fine. And we are pleased with the dynamic leadership that the President continues to give to the Liberian nation state. But the MDRO now is preparing itself that it's not going to be just one of those institutions for the name, or by its name, or just that it's going to be called a political party. No, it's going to be a party that is going to champion social justice. It's a party that is going to present itself to the people that we are ready for leadership. We were established to lead this country, and we are determined to foster that dream. The dream of leading Liberia to the promised land, if you like, has never quivered. It has never been extinguished from our bosom. So it has been nourished. And as you can tell, a lot of Liberians continue to put their hopes, their trust, their aspirations into the MDRO because they believe that if you look at the population of our stronghold, Nimba County, look, this is a very big county. It's a county that has a mix of different talented youths, elders, women from all walks of life. The other 14 counties are saying that we can come and join ranks with you so that your number will not only just be for the sake of elections, but we can add to that number and we can add to the talents, we can add to the resourceful men and women that you are to make this country a better country. So our dream is to make Liberia a peaceful country,
Now,
prosperous civil
Mr.
society.
Secretary General and Minister Bangura, both of you are very young people. What that says is that you have a task ahead. I'm thinking about, you know, what do you do as the head of the Secretariat to resuscitate the activities of your party in the different counties? Do you have offices in all of the counties? If you don't have, what can this leadership do in that direction?
Okay, the party has offices in all the counties. That's the requirement of the National Election Commission. We made that, and that's what keeping us as a party. For the Secretariat, we made a very good structure that we are working with. In fact, we trying to see how we can even bring in some young people.
Okay.
So we talk with people, having a cross discussion with people from various counties, and pretty soon, maybe next week or week after next, we will be bringing new people in the Secretariat, because I was in the Secretariat as the assistant secretary, and now I'm the national secretary. Someone has to take the place, and my boss was there. He gone as chairman, so we came up and we're trying to do that step-by-step movement, so the party can be fully ready for 2023 and 2029. So we're doing a lot of things, a lot of plans, and we believe that maybe before the end of this month, MDR will be a party fully ready to get things moving.
To get things moving.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairperson,
And I just wanted to add to that.
Go ahead.
So as the XG was elucidated, so we have a lot of activities coming out. We'd like to hasten to mention that we have for this national reconciliation underway. We call it national reconciliation because, as you know, in politicking sometimes people get embittered, people get grieved, so they tend to leave. But this is a whole practice and art of politics. We intend to throw wide the doors of the MDR open to everybody. I speak of those who were with the former NUDP. As you may be aware, we had first the NUDP, and then before we have the MDR. I don't want to go into the history of that, but what I want to allude to is that we have diehard and committed partisans who contributed enormously to the NUDP. They made the NUDP what it was. And you know, the NUDP became a phenomenon. And so is the MDR today. So now that the MDR has replaced the NUDP, this new leadership intends to invite and bring on board all of those aggrieved partisans of the former defunct NUDP on board. So that activity is underway. It's going to be held nationwide. It's going to be followed by a nationwide county tour. The SG had already informed you that we have offices in all of the counties. Otherwise than that, we wouldn't have a political party. We intend to go back to those local leaderships and present this new leadership to them, explain to them the vision that we have, and bring them on board so that we can drive the objective and agenda of the party. I should also inform you that this year we should also have our national convention somewhere in November.
National convention.
So we are an interim body that we are essentially preparing the party for a transition. So based on our good work, we are confident that the National
Convention for the election of new leaders, including your political leader,
all of us will be going to the National Convention. So based on our work, we believe that our constituents will elect us to carry on the works of the MDR.
Do you have any history where people can challenge Senator Johnson in an election for that position as political leader or standard bearer? Has it happened before?
Well, we have heard, people coming out with ambition, but they have not been able to allow those ambitions to be examined in clear daylight. So they will nurture the ambitions, and then later on they will concede. I think it's due
Senator
to...
Johnson will still be eligible in November in the event you went to convention?
He would eligible to run again?
Yeah.
Yeah, he will be eligible to run again. I mean, you can run as many times.
That's what the Constitution says.
That's what it says.
You don't have limits.
No, there's no limit. You can run as many times. Ourselves can run as many times as
Why did you do it that way?
All parties are like that. I think except for the Liberian Constitution that states that
about
the presidency, yes, I mean, it gives you tenure. But unlike the presidency, even in the Liberian Constitution, members of parliament
I want
can
to
run
see a day where Senator Johnson steps aside, man, Melvin. You know, I want to see a day.
Why do you want him to step aside?
Why can't he?
But I mean, why would you want him to step aside?
I mean, there's sometimes you want to just retire. I mean, you establish something.
I believe he will eventually.
You know, we want a brilliant young Nibayan like Wilfred Bangura or somebody.
But what he's doing,
take over the party, man.
But what he's doing, he's grooming a lot of brilliant people.
For how long?
A lot of us are being groomed. Well, you know, it took many years for Plato to groom Aristotle in the academy. It took many years for Socrates to groom Plato. I mean, it took these things take many years. Even Pythagoras went to the University of Alexandria for more than 20 years to be groomed there before going back to Greece. So, you know, it takes time for these things to be incubated. But he is indeed grooming leaders that will replace him essentially.
Melvin, do you see any major contender in the context of a challenge for the MDR to deliver NIMBA? The party chairperson, and we'll move to him, has been very effective. And from the way he spoke, I'm inclined to think that the MDR is remaining to support the second term bid of President George Weah, except otherwise. Do you see any major contender probably to reduce the number of votes the MDR may give the CDC 2023?
I would say clearly to you what we're saying, Nima, the response we are getting from Nima, the president now will get even more votes from Nima in 2023 than he got in 2017. You know, he in 2017 we were working and our people did not know actually what he has for them. But when you check in Nima, the level of work he has done, the level of impact he has made in Nima, I was telling I told the chairman some time ago that you would not believe that people would drive on a paved road from Ganta to Logatro, first time in history. You don't have to tell somebody that the president is doing something. You would not believe that Lanco been there for years. Our parents work in Yekepa and they never saw what you call paved road. Now the road is going there. You don't have to tell somebody what is happening. So MDR is going to be there to just tell the people of Nema what the president has started and where he's going and what he's going to do when you give him the second time. And trust me, he's going to be massively supported in 2023 and even what happened in 2017. So I don't really say a contender for the president in Nema comes 2023.
Are you guys two popular, very young people? I mean, two very young and popular people in Nimba. Sometimes the faces of people hearing a political party plays a role in, delivering politically. It's Melvin Yelu, it's Wilfred Bangura. I know my friend who grew up, my childhood friend. I know he contested there before. They beat him. Are you guys very popular in Nimba?
Okay, let me.
The man can't allow one man to come from way Lubay and go beat the man. We very allow those are some people from way Lubay to come beat the man. Pull him to go your little together.
That is politics. We will talk about that.
I know.
Yes, I will tell you. We have the popularity. Okay. We are well known in Nimba. We were born in Nema. We live life in Nema. So we cut across. The fact we are young, the young people see themselves in us. And the older people also see us as their children. Our track record in the county speaks for us. So I don't think that you will go to any part of Nema and call the two names and people would ask you who you're talking about. We are very new in Nema. And because of that, the party saw this as the best choice to get us there so we can get the party together and take the party to convention and even maintain the party in this position when our constituents deem it necessary to take the party to election. So I can tell you clearly that we cut across in the match.
Mr. Chairperson.
Yeah, so the SG is very elucidative. I don't intend to detract from what he has said so brilliantly. Very brilliant analysis. But Clarence, as he has said, it's very clear that our people in Nimba know us. We know them, and if you ask about the president's popularity, it's very clear. He mentioned a lot of developments. I would like to mention the relocation of the hospital. You may be aware that the noise from the trains movement had caused some problems over the years, dating back to more than 12 years. But that is going to be history, because the hospital is going to be moved to a very perfect location. And I'd like to mention, market buildings. Our mothers will no longer be selling, or are no longer selling under the sun and in the rains. They have some very modern markets. The president has built very modern markets that are comparable to the ones you see in Monrovia, in Douala, or elsewhere. Very beautiful structures, modern markets. They are there. And, that whole route from Ganta to Tapita, you know that if you're traversing from Ganta to Saclay-Pied, normally it used to take 45 minutes, between 45 minutes to an hour. Today, it's taking you less than that time. It's taking you anywhere between 15 minutes, I should say. 16, 17 minutes. Absolutely. So a lot of things are happening. The returns will be huge, very huge, not only for the senator, but also for the president. And it's going to be a tsunami. I mean, if I should say that.
Now, Mr. Chairperson, Nimba got a political history, and I'm talking about judging from 2005 or up to present. I know Dr. Joseph Kotu, peace be to his ashes, ventured into it. I was trying to research and get the 2005 elections results. He may not have won, probably until I lay my hands on those results. But I know Nimbayans came out and voted him very well in the first round, because they thought he was one of them. In 2011, well, it was like playing football and taking and running away. Senator Johnson won it. 2017, he contested, he won it. And he's been like the tile breaker in the second round. Everybody will look up to a Prince Johnson whenever he says to Nimbayan, this is where we're going. But the point I'm making, Nimba is noted for always giving massive support to one of their children. Your political leader is clear that he's not going to contest presidency in 2023. Meaning, politically, somebody would calculate that he's leaving Nimbayans, or, well, he provide political direction, but people will be left with no other alternative. Now, Councillor Tiawan Gonglo wants to be president. And every time I talk to you Nimbayans, I bring this in for reality. How do you see his participation in the process? Voices, the kind of vote NDR will deliver to CDC in the absence of a Prince Johnson on the ballot?
That's a very good question. And I think the quantitative data that will be necessary to run an informed regression will be gleaned after the election. But I can say this much to you, that although Senator Johnson will not be on the ballot, but Nimbayans will see him on the ballot in absentia in the form of the president. The point we're trying to make to you here is that they are getting to see the president as their own. They have recognized the president as their own. In fact, they named him Sekozi. You know what I mean, Semano. This is our own. Okay, and the president was born there. And he has identified with his roots. So the point we're trying to make here is that if the senator were running for president in Nimba, the dynamics will be different. But the fact that he isn't running and he is endorsing the president to run, it is going to be similar to what you saw in the runoff election in 2017. He was not in the runoff election in 2017. In 2017, you had Ambassador Boakai was in the runoff, and the president. These two were in the runoff, and no Nimbayan was there. The senator wasn't there, but he endorsed one of them. He endorsed the president. And you saw the returns. So
that was in the second round.
In the second round. So if you just look at this, the politics of the second round, that same politics will play out again.
Melvin,
Now,
let me
let me also move a little further. You know, I know what you're trying to wrestle with. That Councillor Gonglo is running for president. His son of Nima is running for president. Senator isn't running for president. So you want to look at the analysis to say that they would always tend, to vote for, the one who's running for president. May not always be the case. If you look at the Liberal Party scenario, when Harrison Conway was running as vice president, you saw the performance. Although he was vice presidential candidate from Niba, running on the Liberal Party, but you saw the performance.
He was not running for president.
But it would have been a ticket.
But in this case,
Gonglo
is running for president, Melvin. That's a different scenario.
Yeah, so Melvin is going to jive in. That's why I said we will read the data after the election. But preliminarily, we can say that the strong man is going to cast his weight behind the president. It is going to be very difficult for Councillor Gonglo to bulldoze his way.
The strong man did seem when he threw everything he had behind Professor Francis Nyamawia.
Well,
but he was whipped.
Well, yeah, but he
was whipped.
This is what we can say.
So Nibai was saying,
you're talking about
Johnson. This is not about you, Prince Johnson.
Okay.
It's about Francis Nyamawia. We will decide who we want. We carry Sam Brown. Okay. If it were you, Prince Johnson, yeah, we will carry you.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. That Senator Johnson will win in District 1 any day. Now, it's a political dynamics that you have to be a little very careful with analyzing.
I should be telling you that.
That when you have Senator Johnson endorsing a presidential candidate, the politics that go into that can be comparable to his endorsement of a representative candidate.
All these things are testing times for a politician.
At the same time, I must also remind you that we have history of presidents who have endorsed representative candidates and senatorial candidates who have lost. But these presidential candidates themselves won in these areas. So, it's a jambalaya of different things.
Let's hear Melvin's analysis.
Okay, so I think the chairman touched almost everything, but I would just add small thing to it.
Go ahead.
2017, I think it was the most difficult election we faced when it comes to the presidential election, particularly the second round. I'm saying this because about maybe 99 or 98% of the intellectual and the faces in Neymar were supporting Joseph Boakai. And it was just Prince Johnson and a handful of 10 that could not even reach maybe 9. And yet, we went in the second round, the senator was supporting the president and the entire team, including our old man, Councillor Gonglo now, including the whosoever person you might think about in Neymar when it comes to politics. Yet, Neymarian took the side of the senator. That shows to us that he does not have to be on the ticket.
Come again, draw that conclusion.
I'm saying,
I was doing a research.
I'm saying 2017, we went into the second round.
Yep.
When the senator was now on the ballot anymore. And about 95 to 98% of the intellectual, the political and players in Neymar supported Joe Boakai. And senator took his time of just manipulation, less than 9%, to support Ambassador Josh. We are then now President we are. And the same thing was comprised of people like the chairman and I. And we prevailed. The senator prevailed. So I'm trying to set this basis to you that he doesn't have to be on the ticket.
Okay.
The same thing that supported Boakai will be the same thing that you will see on that side. But once the senator stands this way, you will see the repeat of 2017.
Sometimes Senator Johnson is very controversial. Sometimes he makes statements like, oh, he's angry with the ruling government, with the CDC government. Sometimes he bounces back in different ways. And, but let me go on our live and read some. And I see some of your young brothers sending text messages and they say, yes, Clarence, call our name and read it. Yeah, the guys, let the guys know. Joshua Kamansa Wesley, he says, Nima has fallen into the wrongful hands of the NDR autocratic, authoritarian, dictatorial, and self-serving leadership of PYD. Accountability, credibility, and moral integrity are all dead. Corruption, nepotism, favoritism, tribalism have become vampires, causing Nimba to retrogress, deteriorate, diminish, and decline. Okay, too plenty. Somebody said today is Melvin birthday. Yeah, the other man said, Clarence, protect your guest. But I'm making proud of the man. The other man say, yeah, let's advise. Say, check Clarence, you brought Wilfred Bangura in studio again. I gotta find my dictionary. That's a joke about it anyway. What was it? I continue to talk about Clarence. Pay respect again. I don't know what you're talking about. Now, I have something here. And I will read it. Kelvin Matali. The man sent me the one. Man said, I'm going to call your name. Man said, Clarence, I don't have my identity. He said, Clarence, I don't have problem if you read this on air. That both gentlemen elevation to the positions has undermined the zest of many Nibayans to be attracted to the MDR. Minister Bangura is my friend, and I think he was good at his previous position than being a chairman. A chairman is the face of any political party. Wilfred, as young as he is, he used a word I don't want to go into, but he said, in fact, most of the young people from Nimba don't love to hear his name. The man say you get lepers in your hand, you can get money. I don't want to talk the labyrinth one. The man say, Clarence, the judgment to alleviate these guys were poor, or to elevate these guys were poor on the part of Senator Johnson. That's why he has written. The man say, two of you, even putting your own, making, the man say, wait for you by yes will be Secretary General, but Jedo say you chairperson, say, Melvin, two of you, the man say, you have a Katie party in the county. You want to respond quickly there and take us. I see my friend there was smiling already.
Right, absolutely. I just want to respect Kelvin's opinion. He's entitled to it. But Kelvin has never been a supporter of mine, neither has he been a supporter of the MDR. He has never been a supporter of the senator. He's always been a supporter of the Unity Party, and I respect that. And I intend to encourage him to stay in his lane if he wishes to. But many times I've seen him come over to us. We've been working together. I will encourage him, Kelvin, look, if I were good as Secretary General of the party and I performed well, you gave me the opportunity to prove myself as chairman of the party. I mean, it will be too early to judge my leadership as not being capable at this point. I think it's just too early. So yeah, I can just say that much to Kelvin. But you know, I want to thank the opinions of you know, those other bands that I've heard. Many of the names you mentioned from the text messages you read are people we know, and we expect that non-MDRians will take these kinds of positions. This is politics, and these things even challenge us all the more to prove these critics wrong, these naysayers very wrong, and we are determined to do that. We are going to lead this party into a better future. I'm confident that the zest of the very young Secretary General, the entire members of the National Executive Committee, with whom we have worked, we will now combine strength and resources to move our party, you know, into a brighter future. I know our ascendancy is strange because we're young. Some of them are not very accustomed to seeing young faces leading parties. And somebody said, chairman of a party is the face of the party. In Liberian politics, I disagree. I mean, the face of the party basically, you have always been the political leaders of these institutions. So for somebody to even entertain that kind of belief, I think they will have to think twice. But we are working hard. We're going to work harder. We're going to break barriers. We're going to break glass ceilings. We are going to excel. We are going to achieve our objective. We're going to work with everybody, including those who disagree. particularly those who disagree. I think we're going to listen to them even more.
Okay, probably we're going to listen to them even more. The chairman of the NDR, Senator Prince Johnson, and his Secretary General Wilfred Bangura and Melvin Yelu, they are our guests on the show. So we're taking calls now from in and outside of the country on 0770-942-817, 0555-995-995 are the two numbers to call and be a part. Hello?
Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning, sir.
Clarence, this is Mark Doko.
Yeah, Mark.
And I called you this morning from the office of the Intellectual Alliance of Bureau.
Mm-hmm.
Let me appreciate Wilfred and that of Melvin.
Mm-hmm.
No, they spoke well, and I'd like to take this time to congratulate them on their ascendancy as Chairperson and Secretary General. But before I go forward, let me say happy birthday to the Minister, Melvin Yellow, and I wish you well. But Clarence, I think it's important that young people take over the leader of authority. And the work of Wilfred Bangura will speak louder that he is capable of transforming the MDR. You know, it's about time that we young people be given the mantra authority to change the dynamic of politicking. And I think he can do well, Melvin can do well. I appreciate him so much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We go here. Let's go here. Hello? Good morning. Yeah, good morning. Manny Packet, Dumoy, let's hear you.
Of the Liberty Party, I would like to congratulate Wilfred Bangura on his accession to the chairmanship of the MDR. Wilfred Bangura is a fine intellectual. We look forward to interacting with him in the political space, as I have recently also been elevated in my party. I think this generation is on the march, and I would like to leave it there just by congratulating him.
I mean, the man got any spirit to talk to you. The man want to draw close to you. Said I think you on it. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Clarence, and good morning to the peace-loving people of Liberia. My name is Opi O'Neill Johnson, and I joined the conversation with the headquarters of the Veterans Bureau in Lokomi this morning. Well, let me appreciate the brilliant, or big brother that is studio, and I'd like to congratulate them on their preferment. I hope that they're going to serve the NDR well to the expectations of the people of Liberia, because the NDR is an integral part to the CDC leadership. So I just hope that the guy going to incorporate young people who have other potential young people in Nima County,
including you, eh?
In other surrounding communities can be able to join in this kind of effort to ensuring that Liberia can be a country of viability. Thank you.
Okay. I'm sorry. Hello. Good morning.
Let me get agree with one of your proposals who said that honor the leadership of Senator Prince Johnson is going down.
The man say honor the leadership of Senator Prince Johnson. But anyway, go ahead. Go ahead.
Even he mentioning Nima County that Nima County is just going down. I think it is far from the reality. In fact, Nima now have been considered now as one of the most yellow counties now in Liberia. The kind of work that this present government they are undertaking in Nima County. It is something that the people of Nima County will appreciate.
Okay, sir. Thank you, Chief. Hello.
Good morning, Clarence, and good morning to Minister Bangura.
All the like-minded men and calling me.
Good morning.
This is James Governor Plasao from the National Patriotic Party. I'm calling this morning actually to commend the Minister and the Chairman in studio as well as the Secretary General. Unlike
okay. Nima voting basket for you, yeah. You just sleep. You all need to go do nothing in there again. You got a lot, man. Hello?
Good morning.
So I'm taking any call from Nike. Say, yeah, good morning.
I know what I mean referring to as look at the one. I'm Musa Kone, and I call you from the Cocoa House.
I mean, I know you are referring to, but.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I think I want to say congratulations to my dear friend and brother. He's competent, he's qualified. I think that's the kind of chairperson every political party will want to have, having a mesmerizing, intellectual, balanced, strong, free of everything. I think he's a good guy, and I believe that the other young guys serving in key positions in the Nigeria party, Bangura is just one of those persons that I strongly believe they do better. And because so we're talking about having 3 young persons as political party. My own chairperson is a very young man. You look at the guy, Amin Muda, he's a very young person. And Bangura joining them, I think this is what we want to see, putting young people into leadership and leadership of trust.
Okay, thank you, Chief.
Bangura is just one. Congratulations, brother.
Thank you. No more call. Let's go back to the guys. Yeah, you guys got props on your back. They plan to deliver now that one on your head. I won't see that one there. yeah, Melvin, let's come to you. Maybe you can just conclude from your end.
Clarence, I would just like to say thank you for giving us this opportunity. I think since we were elected, this is our first time, my first time to face the press on this on our position, our new portfolio. So when the chairman called me yesterday that you were coming here, I was happy, and I'm also happy to be here this time. And also my appreciation to all the callers, even those who sent texts to our brother Kelvin. Like the chairman said, you have to give us a chance to see how we prove ourselves. We know exactly what was going to come from Kelvin's end and other people, but that is not strange to us. It becomes our responsibility now to disprove what they said and what they think of, to also take MDR to the level where they will be surprised seeing young people. Like the last caller said, I think that race politics is getting to the hands of young people now. So happening in MDR should not be like it should not be considered a mistake. I think it should be something that will be embraced by other young people. However, everybody has the way to say things. So thank you, Clarence, and I wish to be here anytime you call me. Thank you.
Mr. National Chairman, and somebody who text and said, thank God Wilfred didn't have to get us getting dictionaries today. He was as simple as he should be.
I pleaded with him to be, but
I thought so.
Well, Clarence, thank you very much, and thank you very much, Mr. Eshi. I'm very proud of your deliberations.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled and enamored by the many views and calls and best wishes from a lot of towering young people. I speak of Mr. Dumoy, I speak of Mr. Sao, I speak of all those who even disagreed. Listen, one of the reasons why we will be successful is not because everybody will praise us, but we will only be successful if we get criticized. We will only be successful if we face challenges. We will be successful if we face cynicisms and doubts about our ability to deliver. It is only then that the best of us will come out. So we will be looking forward very much to that. And we want to thank those who disagreed. We're looking forward to the disagreement, because these will be the polish that will make us to shine. Thank you very much for all of those. May I close with this news of the Great Awakening in Nimba. And I saved this for the last because it's very important. And I have referred or dubbed it as the Great Awakening. I speak of a great educational revolution that is going on in Nimba County right now. Clarence, if you have some time, kindly step outside of Monrovia and visit the PYJ Polytechnic University. This is a university complex built on 16 acres of land. It has laboratory of all kinds. It has teachers' quarters. It has dormitories for boys and girls. It has classrooms of more than 100. It has cafeteria. It has a radio station. It has animal pen. It has different kinds of, if you look at the sum of what is happening in Nimba, it can only be dubbed as a great awakening. In fact, the school has opened its doors to more than 500 students who are currently enrolled right now. And a lot of students are knocking on the doors. It looks like that school will be inundated by next semester. I spoke to the president of the school, Dr. Zeze.
Qualified lecturers?
Very qualified lecturers. I spoke to Dr. Zeze, the president of the school, and he told me they're looking up to receiving more than 1,000 students by next semester. I think this is great.
How do you call it?
The PYJ Polytechnic University. And look, Clarence, anybody who open doors.
Why he didn't name? I mean, there are some very good chiefs in Nimba, man.
Do not be carried away by the name.
Yeah, I know.
Let's focus on the absolutely. So if you can build a hospital or a school and name it after yourself, people are not going to go there because it's Clarence Jackson School.
No, I'm just saying the other side.
Okay, so I got a point. So I'm just trying to tell you that let's focus on the meat and the substance of this. Look, Clarence, this is truly a decentralization policy
let me
of
let you
education.
Go. When Senator Johnson wanted to talk about school and he can't pay money yet.
Well, he's a political leader. I'm just trying to tell you about the contribution the MDR
when you can't pay for it.
Making towards the advancement of the nation state.
Johnson school pay thank you, my baba. Prince Johnson want for to talk about school here, Papa can't pay money. The man get money. Every election, the man they say the man can get richer. Well, this is how we conclude this edition of the OK Morning Rush right here with the National Chairman, Secretary General, Prince Johnson's MDR. Tomorrow morning, guys, we'll be back here again with another edition, styling revelation from situations at Lesges. My name is Clarence Jackson. Call me Peace. Thanks to Deodar Rare. Thanks to all of you for listening too, man. Bye-bye.